Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to Dungeon Select.
Is it already over?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
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 So we've learnt that Soko doesn't know shit about politics or baseball.
Or baseball, yeah.
Excuse you.
It's
And
okay.
Koiba doesn't love me.
I just want
We knew
you
that
to know
before.
No
that
one does.
The baseball season finished a month
Yeah.
ago, and
Okay.
Soko hit me with the, you think
Yeah, I was
Yankees
just
are
like,
going
I
to the
don't know,
World
dude.
Series?
I don't know, man. I'm just
Maybe this season,
politics
man.
that no one cares about.
He's just trying to be a friend to you, Duke, and try to show interest in things that you are interested in, even though he's
dude,
not.
Come on.
Come on now. Koiba, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate you. Look,
You don't need
guys.
to pretend, alright? So
Koiba suited up. He's ready.
love
He's
you
ready
just
to
the way
take
you
care
are.
of business. Officially, he's also he's not playing Nakul anymore. He's playing a businessman in a faraway land.
That's
He's
Mr.
playing the
Nicole
gnome.
to you.
Fuck's sake.
Spreadsheets and
Oh, I
stuff.
forgot to change Laura's name on the scene from
I
Kiss
got a
Around back
notebook,
to
guys.
Trym. Hold on.
I was gonna get a nice fancy one, but instead I got like a £2 one from Tesco.
Nice,
The
dude.
nice fancy ones are cool.
I saw a little, like a leather-bound one that said, Dutch, what did it say on it?
Barred to the bone, and I wanted to die.
Barred to the bone. Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
funny.
god.
I thought that was cute.
Yeah, very cute.
Although I've somehow already fucked this. Okay, neat.
Nice, dude.
I don't have a
Aye.
pen, I think, gamers.
How are we doing?
is
Welcome
what
back.
it's okay.
Welcome back to another Sunday with the gang. Laura is still suffering from the fact that she poked her eye out, and she's still struggling.
Yeah,
So
rough. It's okay now. Like the ring light on my webcam is making it not happy, and I have nothing resembling an eye patch that I could wear. So I'm just gonna like.
Turns out I got poked out while she was helping,
yeah, just-
forest regrow.
Yeah,
Trym's
Trym's
not
eyes got
pyro.
fucking destroyed. All right. Before we get started into anything, welcome in, guys. Cressir, Carly, Demu, Sassy, Natty, Retro, anyone else that's here. Welcome to the
Gamers.
stream. Gamers unite. Gamers rise up. Do we have any announcements before we dive on in?
Koiba's very tired.
You know I do.
Nice.
Duke, did you actually have one, or?
Of course I fucking don't. What are you talking about my dreams again?
Well, I
Did you
kind
get
of have
bit by
one.
another snake in your dream?
Yeah.
No.
Sometime in December, for anyone who listens to the podcast that Hanzo and I do, recently we did our last episode was on a promotion called Eve, which is like a women's wrestling promotion, and the founder listened to our podcast and liked the tweet. So Hanzo was like, "Oh, why not? We'll see. We'll try. It can't hurt." Messaged her asking if she wanted to be a guest on the podcast, and she's gonna be.
That's
So
awesome.
We're gonna have the
Yeah,
founder
that's
of Eve Wrestling
mega
on our
dope.
podcast in
That's
December.
That's fucking cool,
Keep an eye
dude.
out for
That's
that.
fucking lit.
That's so cool.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Like, don't freak out. Act cool. What do we do? What do we say? We have time. We have time to plan something. Okay.
That's fucking sick, dude. That's awesome. Congrats.
fucking banging me.
Okay, I hate this guy.
You
I
invited
want to
him.
just quickly
I also hate him.
take a moment to thank everyone for hanging out during my 3-year celebration stream. 3-year as being me on Twitch. That was a fun stream.
Being me.
We played COD. We got sick of COD, so we went to drinking early. And we played Drunk Souls for like 12 hours, and it was lit. I had a great time.
My favorite part was the
It was
clip
dope.
where you just fell off a bridge.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yes.
So good. Dutch, how much of that stream do you actually remember?
Everything. Although Hanzo threw
Yeah,
a
it wasn't that.
curveball
It
at
wasn't
me.
that bad.
And
Oh, okay.
Hanzo was like, yeah, and Sage hosted you, and I'm like, wait, did she? But she didn't, so I was right. But I was like,
yeah, Hanzo got mixed up between So Shitcake and
Shitcake Sage in Discord.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So I
hold
thought
on
I
a second.
misremembered some stuff, but I didn't, thankfully. No, like, I was drunk, but like I was definitely still aware, and I knew
They
that,
weren't
like,
smashed.
I went for a bathroom break, and I came back, and I was like, we'll get going some more. And I sat here for a minute, and I was like, no, you know what, dude, if I keep going now, things are gonna go bad, so I'm just gonna end it here, you know? Like, I'm pretty, I'm an alright drunk, you know? Like, I know when to stop and all that, thankfully.
What you're saying?
He really
is
likes
the times
hardstyle
you
when
were
he's
mean
drunk.
to me
I like
was a
hardstyle when I'm not drunk. I just like to listen to it on stream when I'm drunk.
Yikes.
What was that, Gypsy?
I said, so what you're saying is you weren't drunk enough, so that every time you were mean to me was a conscious choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't show your face in Dutch's chat without him being mean to you. I feel like it's
I
very,
know, and yet I'm a
can't-
mod, and I still turn up and mod. Like,
You can't show up anywhere without someone being mean to you.
I mean,
I was
that's
gonna
why,
say,
that's
that's
why
true.
he modded you.
I
Is
can go
'cause-
to Koiba's stream because there's no one else there to be mean to me.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong because I have to actually fucking stream for people to be there. Dickhead.
True. Okay,
I'm sorry, Corey,
boys.
Yeah, not even Gypsy shows up in Gypsy's channel anymore.
Okay,
Yeah,
dude, bro.
That's not true. I've streamed once in 2 months. My channel
Whoa.
isn't dead.
Oh yeah, it's true. I also streamed once.
No, it's
should
dying
more
though.
than
You
that,
know,
but
we're
dying.
getting there. A few more
Play
months.
Pokemon more
Few more months, Gypsy.
Stage 3 terminal.
Yeah.
hold on.
Anyway. If that's it for the announcements and random pre-stream, I don't know. Is it
It got
banter?
weirdly political again. I don't know what's going on, man.
It's
Hey,
because
man.
you call me a Tory.
I'm just glad that I mute
I mean,
during
look at-
those sequences so that I don't have to be there for them.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
That's
honest,
fair
Kobe,
enough.
you do look like the normal, like, Tory that turns up and knocks on my door.
Barring the Vaporeon, though. That's
he's either like a
No,
Tory or a
it's
Jehovah's
Vaporeon,
Witness.
for sure.
Have you heard about our?
I don't know which one's worse, to be honest.
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Chromatus?
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Boris Johnson?
All right. Anyway, fuck. Last week, you had some choices to make, had some decisions to properly think about before making
Oh,
them.
which I know none of, by the way. 'Cause
Nice.
I chose not to catch up because I was like, well, Trym wasn't there. This will help me avoid.
That makes sense, I guess.
Because
Yeah.
Trym has no idea. So you know what? Laura's just gonna have no idea.
The
either. So I have no
party
idea what happened last week.
took their captive cultist to their guild hall, where some of them had a little one-on-one with the prisoner, breaking some fingers, trying to get some answers out of him. But he wasn't super useful, but he gave you some tidbits of information to go deeper into. And eventually, you then decided to turn him into the Empress, and the Empress said that she has a place for people like him where she can, you know, investigate and question without anyone else really knowing where he is, without himself knowing where he is. A place that's safe from being scryed on and whatsoever. A place where she can truly question this guy without the fear of could someone be watching, because that's pretty much impossible as far as she's aware. So that's gonna happen. You also reached out to Matrim and asked him to take care of some business regarding breaking into an Archmage house and try to find any tangible evidence to figure out if he actually is the betrayer that is within the Archmages or not. And you then decided that since Abberan had something to deal with in the Flatlands, something personal to him, you were gonna go take the airship, take Matthias, your new compatriot, with you, and pick up Trym in the Valen Forest, and then proceed your way to the Flatlands.
That's not what Trym heard. Trym ain't gonna be there if you go to the Valen Forest. The letter you sent me, or the message was, hold on, let me pull it up. It's basically, there was no intention of like, we're gonna come get you. It was meet us in the Flatlands. So she was gonna get someone to send her
That's a miscommunication from Gypsy's
there. It was
part
literally
then.
Abberan to Trym. We will be going to the Flatlands and then the Feywild if you want
Okay,
to come.
but that's a DM mistake. Like in the DM's a mistake, because out loud he said we're gonna come pick you up in the Valen Forest in the
When I
in the
said
pod.
we're gonna be there, I mean there as in pick you up. But hey, 25
Oh.
words.
I was like,
Anyway.
if that-
Does
if-
this
if
does this
that was
mean
the
that
verbatim message I
in
got,
character we're taking a
Trym
trip to
was in
Valen
the
Forest and she's not going to be there?
Yeah.
Like for the sake of, he worded it on stream. He worded it so that it was clear that you were gonna pick her up in the Valen Forest.
Okay, then cool. Then I'm
But then I guess Gypsy fucked up in DMs. But that's, you know, I wasn't there for that, so I couldn't
new?
police that.
I sent you that DM.
Yeah, the DM was from you, Dutch, not from.
It was a DM, so maybe
It was
a
him
DM mistake.
forwarding what I sent.
Oh, okay.
Smile. Yeah, Gypsy composed it, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But I also didn't think that you could interpret it that way because I'm dumb.
Well, that's the way I did.
anyway,
How dare you?
you did some minor things you still had to do in the Valen Forest, or in Kelsier as well, like visit a certain bookstore to get some stuff printed, get some pamphlets out for you guys hiring people to take care of your guild hall, cleaners, guards, all the sorts, and managed to piss off a gnome yet again. Koiba.
I get back his fucking book. What more does he want from me?
He has a
Your
grudge again.
death.
He has a grudge. He wants your death.
He does want you dead.
Yeah, you found
fucking
a
dead.
wanted poster
Guys, we
on
just need to
his
fake his
window.
death to get the reward.
And then you all hopped on the airship and are about ready to set off. Abberan, as you send the message to Trym about breaking into Archmage Brassband's house in the mansion, in his mansion in Kelsier, you wait a few minutes, and you get a reply. I've always suspected I can be there by nightfall. No backup, no chances. Wait to hear from me.
Okay.
He's a gamer.
I'm not wasting a spell slot to say okay back to him, so I'll just leave that where it is.
Your chiz Dutch.
Yeah, mine's filled with water though, and yours filled with
you
actual
say that-
icy.
Did Trym reply to the initial message I sent?
I mean, she didn't because Laura wasn't there. But if you just wanna,
No, but if she replied and if needed, I would have cast sending again to make it clear that we were going to pick her up.
sure, I'll allow it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna mark that spell off and say that that's a thing.
Yeah, because I definitely thought you wanted her to go to the Flatlands and meet you there.
Okay, cool, all sorted. I now have no more 3rd level spells. Let's not die today.
I mean, you have a week on an airship to look forward to, so.
Wait, did she
a week of
reply? Did Trym not
potential
reply to the?
I mean, for the sake of Laura not being there, I was like,
At the time,
no. But if we want to quickly, because now she's actually here.
Right. Okay.
Regardless, nobody fall off the airship, please.
I'll do my best.
As you all gather
chance
to
of that.
head up to your airship that is waiting for you at the dock outside your guild hall. Narank,
Yeah.
the captain of the crew that you've hired, steps interrupts you before you get on. Excuse me, sir, but how long do you think you're gonna need us for? Much. I just me and my crew are not used to really being the employ of someone for this long, and I feel maybe we could make different arrangements if we're gonna be in your employ for the long term.
Well, that's actually a good point. I think. Fuck, how long have we had them for? I'm trying to do math in my head. Like 2.5 weeks.
Close to a month now, yeah.
I mean,
Like approximately a month, like from the whole, because you had them sent back from Thermagard to here. You've spent 2 weeks with them on your ship, just traveling back and forth to the Valen Forest, and you're essentially about to again. So, close to a month now.
well, I'm not really sure what the going rate would be to keep you guys. Is it like on retainer or like what were you thinking with this?
Well, you need a crew. I assumed to also to take care of your guild hall, right?
That we do.
So that way, when we're not flying, you and your friends around the world, we can be posted as guards, maybe. We would need more men than just us four, but it's a start, right?
I mean, I have to talk over the others, but
How many of us are present for this conversation?
He kind of stopped Narank before he got on the ship, while you guys kind of all went on the ship, type of thing.
Okay. All right.
You see him having a chat with them, like on the dock still, not on the ship.
I definitely think that's something we could 100% work out. What would you guys be looking at for pricing for your services?
If bedding, food would be provided, 5 gold a day per head.
Okay, so it's 20 for that. Fuck, man. It's 140 a week.
And we'd be under your employ
plus bed and board. That's
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you know?
That's true. I'll have to talk to everybody else, but I'd be all right with this.
These terms can always
Obviously,
be negotiated, obviously, but I figured I'd let you know.
How many more people would you recommend that we hire as part of this force?
Well, purely as a guard force, excluding us four, you would probably say you'd always want to have 5 to, judging by the scale of the wall and making sure that every angle is covered, you'd want 5 to 6 people on duty at all times, so... But then again, people can't work 24/7, so have some rotations. I'd say, if 12 to 15 men on payroll, and that way, I do know some people that are always looking for work. If I could reach out to them and maybe come to an arrangement, and judging by how many men at the end of the day you'll have under your employ, we can always negotiate prices.
All right, if you find some men that you trust, obviously we'll have to talk to them first, you know, we'll interview, whatnot, but if you're willing to do that, I think we could definitely work out some terms along those lines.
Alright. And he then proceeds to hop on the ship and get into his little captain's cabin and prepare the ship for departure. And at that point, one of the other men that is part of this crew kind of like gets on the deck and with you all. As a reminder, once we cross the border with the Burning Scar, we're gonna implement the magic again that we were provided with to cloak the ship so that we don't get shot out of the air by some form of orcish catapult or ballista or whatever. So please, for pretty much the last 4 days of the trip, stay off the top deck, stay inside, so that way you won't look like people just kind of standing in the sky, standing on nothing.
An invisible ship.
It's a means of cloaking. Yes, the ship tends to have to fly through some dangerous airspace most of the time.
From crashing.
What?
Well, if there's, you know, another invisible ship.
You'll find that the airspace above the Burning Scar is pretty clear of ships. Not many people.
Would you say that there's an optimal route?
You have to talk to the captain about that one.
Because I imagine the chance may be low, but say there's 2 ships traveling the same route, but they're both cloaked. It sounds like
I'm gonna tell you this now. I doubt there's gonna be like another cloaked airship going over the Burning Scar. It's pretty fucking suicidal.
Matthias, I think if that happens, then we're just shit out of luck and we're gonna crash.
Please,
Promising?
please, no, don't talk. No, I'm going downstairs. And I will run downstairs.
Hey, Nicole, you
Someone
want
has
to
to
talk
think
over
about
here
these things.
for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, make yourselves comfortable. We'll be leaving in the next 5 minutes, so claim a room downstairs and just take it easy. Really, you like I said, the first 2.5 days of our trip, you're free to roam around the top deck. It's when we cross the border with the Burning Scar when we gotta be careful.
I would like to find the biggest room.
Make a perception check.
Fucking guy. Oh! 22.
You go through each of the rooms, and from the rooms that are down there, you spot that the room all the way furthest to the front and to the left, like the leftmost room, may be slightly larger compared to the rest of them.
All right, I'll start laying out my belongings as I like them. Set my haversack at the foot of the bed. Unfurl a poster of Matthias Malmström and his traveling troubadours. I'll put that on the wall. A booby calendar. Just so everyone knows.
Okay.
You're not going to describe this month's go to us.
Half elf.
God.
Generously endowed.
Sake.
Fucking hell, lads. Fucking hell.
As you decorate your room, you all start to feel the airship take off, and you are now en route to the Valen Forest, to the camp where her parents now live, and where you left her behind when you returned to Kelsier.
We abandoned her.
Wait. Naram, did you say you wanted to talk about something?
Not to you.
Okay.
Got him.
And I will pull Nicole off to the side.
I will go and practice the lyre.
I'm going to go to the opposite end of the ship from Matthias and read my tome.
Fucking read.
I'm
Stay
gonna
with my
practice
big
shooting my gun.
Oh god.
God.
You're gonna read. How many hours? How many hours each are you going to spend reading your tome?
As long as nobody interrupts me, I'm going to read it until bedtime.
After I finish talking to Naronk, I'm probably gonna also spend as many hours of the day as I can reading my book
Same.
on this ship.
Where are you shooting your gun?
It's like at the wall, like I was with Alavantia earlier.
Right. So.
like-
Oh yeah,
Terrible idea for someone
Nicole
with a fear of
or
airship
Narank,
travel to
you,
just start shooting off guns.
You pull
She's
Narank,
not
you pull
smart.
Nicole to the side, and every once in a while you just hear a loud boom coming from Octanus' room.
All right, I'm gonna have to make this shorter than I thought because God knows that Tannis cannot shoot that gun by herself.
she does worry me a little bit. I think, and probably needs a bit of supervision.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so I've been thinking about this captain of the guard thing, right? Like, so we need some guards. We're gonna need someone to lead the guards.
Right. Yeah.
What do you think about Philip?
So who?
Philip. You don't remember Philip from Hammerdon? What was it?
Oh, Philip from Hammerdon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit of a trek from Kelsier to Hammerdon, and it don't particularly want to uproot someone when there's probably plenty of people in Kelsier. But I mean, he's pretty. Seemed pretty strong.
Yeah, he seemed to be able to take care of himself, and I mean, he seemed trustworthy enough.
I mean, not really someone we know. I feel like we just met him once, and he, like I said, lives in Hammerdon, not like Kelsier.
Yeah, but like, if we get him to move here, right, and someone sees that motherfucker standing outside our guild hall, right? I know I ain't fucking robbing that place.
I feel like we should probably put it on, like, as an idea, maybe, like, hold fire on it, because I feel like I mean, it's gonna be expensive, right, to get him to Kelsey. Maybe it might have a high price, so we don't know. I think we'll put it in the maybe pile of like, you know, not first choice, but like definitely there as like a contender for it. You know, might have to do like some sort of like bout to see who's top guard, and you're getting like a little bit of scrapping going, like a tournament or something. To see who's like the best guard, because obviously we want the
Sounds
best.
about right. I was just thinking if we get someone with like a little experience, because he did say he like, you know, adventured a little bit and whatnot, right? So I'd like to get someone with some kind of like outworldly experience, right? Like they just haven't like spent their whole life in one place doing one thing or something, you know?
I mean, wait. Nicole just you see him kind of stop and just like. I feel like he's kind of just been in that. He runs a shop, for fuck's sake. I mean, like, and a coliseum. I feel like he's very grounded into Hammer. I think you've not really thought this through wrong. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think maybe just
All right,
you're having kind of a Catanis level idea right now. Like, it's pretty out there.
Are you telling me you wouldn't like to have Philip guarding the guild hall?
I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather someone like I actually knew and kind of like trusted. But...
I mean, that's fair enough. We like get to know him, right?
You're like, Nicole's just like.
I mean, like, I'm just, you know, just throwing it out there. But
I
you'll have to ask around. But I would like someone with like, experience, right?
I patting the Ronk on the shoulder. I'm just like, well, we'll think about it. You know, in that it was said in that way. You know, when a parent says, "We'll think about it,"
And they
And it's
actually
like,
mean no.
definitely it means definitely not in a million fucking years.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll think. He's like, we'll think about it, and just kind of pat you on the shoulder, and I walk away.
Okay.
And I'll go into my room and start fucking reading my book.
After
I'm gonna go make sure Actonis doesn't shoot someone.
after practicing Liar for an hour, I would like to find the captain of the ship.
Okay. You'll find him in the captain's cabin.
My good man, captain of this fine vessel.
Right. And you
How you doing today?
are...
My name is Matthias. You don't recognize it? No, it's fine. That's fine. I'm Matthias Monstrum. I'm traveling with the heroes that you have aboard here. I was just wondering if this fantastic vessel has a name.
Well, it has something scratched in the side of it. Yeah, but not something I can read really.
But do you and your fellows call it anything in particular?
Not really. It's not our property. See, it belongs to your friends. So.
Oh, okay. So maybe perhaps I should ask one of them then. Okay. Good. To
Perhaps.
Know. Quite a stutter you have there. It's a nervous thing, is it, or?
No, it's been a part of me since I could speak really.
So you wouldn't say it's, you know, you feel a bit anxious, you know, can't get your words out or anything like that?
No.
No? Okay, well. It's endearing, if nothing else. What would your name be, my good man?
Fuck, what is his name? That's a good fucking question.
Philip 2.
I don't think we've ever asked.
Oh, please.
You
be something
have.
hard to
You
please be
fucking
something hard
have.
to fucking pronounce the star.
It was.
Something with a lot of
I
S's
feel
in
like if you have a
ridiculous.
star, you've got to change your name.
Martin.
I mean, not gonna lie, that it was something with an M, but I forgot, and it's so far up my notes. Oh
Martin's
god.
It might actually be Martin.
Megatron.
Steven's son.
It might actually be Martin. It might actually be
I think it
Martin.
actually is Martin.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. I mean,
Ma-
I don't
ma-
think I would
ma-
anything. I never
I
did.
don't have it. If
Oh,
Martin. Yeah, no, it actually is.
it actually is.
It actually is.
Either Duke's been watching and paying attention, or he's just lucky.
Ah, he got lucky.
No, Avayak.
Have I?
Oh my god, I just got pen on myself. So his name is Martin, is it?
Yeah, 5 M's.
Five.
Martin. So what? Not Captain Martin, surely it's Captain.
I mean, me and my compatriots were. I just part of some mercenary guild. Your friends happened to need a crew that was capable of flying an airship, so they hired us.
So it's just Martin then.
Yes.
Okay, well it's been a pleasure. I'll leave you to it. Obviously, busy skies ahead. Don't crash into any other invisible ships, will you?
Just looks at you like, you know, when a dog when you make a weird sound and a dog just goes like that's the look he gives you.
Because we'll be invisible. They'll be invisible.
Right.
This poor man.
And I would like to. What time is it roughly?
You asking me or you asking him?
I'm asking you.
Okay. Roughly, you've been flying for a couple hours now, but it's close to noon, like 11ish in the morning.
I will I suppose retreat to my quarters, my slightly bigger quarters than everyone else, and I would like to read my book for until dinner time,
Okay.
until like 5 p.m. Yeah, all right.
Alright. Atanis,
Yes.
would you say you spend your day up until dinner time trying to train with your pistol, with your pepper box? Is that a thing you do, or is there anything else you're also doing throughout the day?
No. She'll probably train with it until Narok comes down and she starts to get annoyed at for like a couple of hours.
Okay.
And then she wants to go find Matthias.
Ooh. All right. We'll say that you, after those couple hours you spent with your pistol, you've fired at least 5 to 6 shots. So mark down 5 bullets from your inventory. All right.
Yeah. How many was it? 6.
5. So 5.
Okay.
And then you go find Matthias.
Yeah.
At that time, yeah, Matthias will be in his room, reading his book.
And I'll read like a teenager lying on the bed with my feet up behind me, like flicking through the pages of. Well, I can't even remember what it's called. And I didn't write it down because I'm not a gamer.
Oh, that means you don't get the book anymore. Sorry, Duke.
Yeah,
It was
that's how
like
that
it
works.
was
That's
like
rule.
something of leadership, something like that, right?
You've got yourself a Tome of Leadership and Influence. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna like knock on the door.
Come in.
Okay. Hey, Matthias.
Yes.
I just want to ask you for a quick, it's a very small favor, like completely harmless.
Out with it.
At some point, if it comes up in like casual conversation, can you possibly maybe just say to Abberan that when people hear stories of the Heroes of Exile, he's always called Brian?
Okay. Tell Abberan that people call him Brian.
Yes.
You're not often mentioned by name, but I suppose it doesn't matter.
Just as long as he knows he's only called Brian in the stories, that's fine.
Okay. Yep. I'll make sure to let him know. Is that all?
That's it. That's literally it. That's all. all I wanted.
Okay.
Thank you
Um,
so much.
But I'll get back to my reading then.
Okay,
I'll
bye.
be sure to let him know this evening.
Thank you. Oh my god, I can't wait. Okay. I'm
Okay.
going bye. And then I'm gonna go read my own book. My
Okay.
own room.
So we'll say that until dinner time, Abberan, you spend a good 8 hours reading your book. Matthias, you spend a good 5. Nicole, you spend a good 6 hours reading your book. Atanas, 4. Narank, are you spending some time with your book, or are you just
No, I'm just chilling out.
Alright, fair enough. And around dusk, you hear kind of a voice shout up throughout, like kind of like echo throughout the lower deck of the ship. Cooked you up some food, lads and lasses. If you guys wanna have some dinner.
So we got sort of gathering below deck for it.
Yeah, there's like a little communal like eating area in the like on the same like floor of the deck where also all the bedrooms are. There's like a little communal area with a couple tables and enough chairs for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
go
yeah.
in, pick up a plate, get some food, go back to my room, reading my book.
Okay.
Don't
Just
mind
like
him,
that.
Matthias,
Okay.
he's the
I'll
one
take a
shut
seat.
in.
I'll take a seat
I'll take a seat.
Yeah, I'll take a seat.
with my fellows.
Right, so what I've got for you here is some roast beef and some veggies and some bread. We don't have a whole lot, but we did stock up some supplies of our own before the ship left. It's not super fancy, but it beats eating on rations for a week straight, right? So you guys enjoy?
This looks
Anything,
delicious. thank you.
anything would beat those rations, honestly.
I
Is there any beverages?
Yes, of course. We have a couple casks of ale, we have a couple casks of wine, and we also have some bottles of a little bit of a side project of mine, if you will. Some homemade brandy. If you guys want to give that a try, you're more than
I
welcome to.
absolutely want to give that a try.
Homemade, but
Yes.
I'll stick to the wine.
I'll
Alright.
stick
Now,
to
I
just
think.
water. I'll stick to non-alcoholic.
Right. And
I'll have
he
myself a
he
little
quickly
cup of wine.
dives back into like the kitchen area. Comes out with a small brown tinted glass bottle and hands it to you, Octanus. The rest of you, the casks are right over there, and he points at a group of casks.
Who is this guy? Like a cabin boy?
He's like the dedicated like cook of this like 4-man crew that got hired.
I'll address everyone in the room. Does this ship have a name of some kind?
It does. We call it Bessie.
Bessie. That's awful. Okay.
I slap the shit out of Naronk in the back of the head.
Just
Like
no.
a proper just whack. I don't know if it goes in NCIS, but the fucking like hit in the back of the fucking, like fucking. It's not called fucking. The ship doesn't have a fucking name yet. It sure as fuck is.
What's your strength
Actually, it
modifier,
does give
Nicole?
you-
My strength modifier is +4.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as Nicole just fucking on the back of the head.
The captain said there was something scratched in the side, but either he's illiterate or it's in a language he doesn't understand.
I mean, we did steal it from like undead skeleton pirates, so
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
you know.
Okay,
It's called the Marrow Compass.
Is it?
Marrow
The what?
compass?
The Marrow Compass.
I didn't know that. Okay.
See, now that's a nicer name. It sounds a bit more like a ship rather than fucking Bessie.
I don't
Well,
know if you could
they do
call
say a
that
ship
name
should always have a
nice.
woman's name, isn't that right?
Yeah, come on.
I mean, no, they don't always have a woman's name. All ship are
You refer to all
What?
ships as she,
she. Yeah.
usually. So
Where's that?
Just me
What?
then. Maybe
Her
that's just how
official
they
name
do
is
it in
Marrow
in the
Compass.
Three Kingdoms.
But her real name is Bessie.
And then obviously, if you have to rename the ship, you have to do the whole stupid superstition ritual thing.
Smash the
Oh,
bottle.
that's right. Do we have a wine bottle? No.
No, it's
No,
all,
we have a
it's all,
cat. We
it's
have
all
a
in a cask.
But
We could smash the cask.
well, I'm sure
That-
this brandy isn't worth too much.
Please try it before you just.
I'm
shatter
just.
it.
I jest.
I'm
I
gonna-
Does it work if
I'm
you break an
gonna-
empty bottle against it?
I'm gonna drink it. Like
Okay.
some of the brandy.
Okay.
Like,
Make a Constitution saving throw.
okay. Natural 20.
To you, it has a similar burn to the throat as when you would drink fire water, but it tastes a lot more pleasant. Whereas fire water just tastes very artificial, almost very just like there's not really much flavor there. You just taste the burn in your throat. This brandy actually has like a nutty taste to it. It's quite nice actually.
Is there rigging?
What?
On the
Is
ship.
there rigging? Or like, there's no mast or anything, is there? It's literally just like a ship with a crystal. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. And then like the mast has been removed, so there's just no mast. It's just
Fun, is it? No crow's nest then.
no crow's nest. Nope.
Imagine. All right, fair enough.
Well,
Yeah,
if we're
I
not
mean,
calling her Bessie, then what are we calling her, Nicole? We could call her Shelby.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Please stop
No.
coming up with shit names.
No, we're
All right, let's hear yours, Thomas.
What? I don't want to name the ship.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
Right, I'll leave
I
you to
jump
it
out of my
and,
seat. And
I'm
with
gonna
a
go back to the
pirouette
kitchen.
And a gracious display, I say, we shall call her the Spirit of Adventure.
I give
All right, I slap Matthias this time.
I give Matthias this exact look.
I take another drink of the brandy.
I'm hitting Matthias on the back of the head.
I'm glad I'm not in the room.
What's your strength modifier? So
Oh, one.
you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as Nirang is.
I would like to. I would like to use a vicious mockery.
Oh god, here we go. Alright.
Oh, fucking hell.
And I'd just like to tell him every single name you've come up with so far was dreadful. And weave into those rather mild words some magics here.
This dude got a list of insults.
No, he's got to make a wisdom saving throw though.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
He do.
21.
He does pass. Is that just it's just a fail? Okay.
It's just nothing
Wait.
happens.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nothing happens. Just
So you just got
Just a little
called.
bit
You
hurtful.
still got called names, but
Yeah.
like it's not
Doesn't
like
really hurt though.
yeah,
It hurts. It just doesn't do damage.
exactly.
it hurts your feelings, but that's all.
Take 6 points of feels damage.
All right.
There's no recovery.
How about we all sleep on it tonight, and we come up with a name each tomorrow. We'll take a vote.
I mean, or we could just like leave it unnamed, and it's like the unnamed.
No, we have
ship,
to have a
you know?
name for the ship.
But
All right.
maybe it's just a question mark, and that's like, why is it?
Whoa,
called question mark? And that's
that's-
the question.
That's deep.
A ship with no name.
Yeah, the unnamed ship. Is
No,
its
a
name.
ship with no name.
The unnamed.
The ship with no name.
All right,
Right,
y'all are
but
both
hear me
done.
out.
All right.
But hear me out, right, Matthias. The unnamed ship is just
Oh my
nicer,
God.
rolls off the tongue than the ship.
No, it absolutely. The ship with no name, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heroes of fame. It's.
All right. If you
Unnamed.
rhyme one more time.
You just rhyme.
See, now you brought a whole rhyming curse this whole thing.
A ship with no name.
Right. Sure. Whatever.
No,
And I
no,
will-
no, 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 no.
I will go into my bedroom and I'll continue to fucking read my book.
Okay. We'll say that after this argument ends, you all have some dinner, and you all retire to your rooms for the night. Abberan, are you just in your room reading, eating, and reading?
I'm gonna take the plate in. I'm gonna eat the food. I'm going to take on my plate mail, make sure all of my equipment's as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bran has been told that he needs to study this book. He's gonna study the book.
Okay, fair enough.
With the glamored armor,
Mm-hmm.
is its appearance? Its appearance is a complete illusion. So like, no matter what appearance it takes, I still feel like I'm wearing.
You feel like you're wearing studded leather. Yeah.
Okay.
The appearance is an illusion. Yeah.
I suppose I did pack jammies in.
Dutch, I have a question. Do I have to that sword, that racing sword of what it's called?
Yeah.
Sword of Darkness. Do I have to attune to that?
I believe you do. Yes.
Then I will spend some of my time unattuning from my flame sword and attuning to the sword of sharpness.
Okay.
I don't think it's on my D&D Beyond, but that's...
It's just a base 5e item, so you should be able to just add it to your inventory yourself.
I will do that then now.
It's a sharp sword. Sharpness.
So you guys, if you guys are going to read, we'll say you spend another 3 hours reading for the night before you all get some sleep.
Is it a long sword?
Okay, so just
Is that the one?
are we?
Yeah.
Are we going to the Vale of Forest
Correct.
Yes.
and then to the Flatlands?
Correct.
Yes.
So we should like peepo run through to the Vale of Forest and then.
Yeah, that's what I was intending to do.
Okay.
If there's anything else you guys really want to do, we'll say that for those that really want to read,
Yeah.
I think that you'll find the time to completely fulfill those requirements before arriving in the Vale Forest.
How brutal is it? The book to sit and read. Like, is it like War and Peace-esque? Fucking kill me now.
It's
Or is it actually
it's,
interesting?
I mean, no. It's just like
It's a book.
it's
like charisma
purely,
for dummies or.
No, yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's like
it's
it's definitely not something like, even if it's a good book, having to read 10 hours a day, at some point you're gonna want to like put the book, like, unless it's a really exceptional book, which this is not. This is purely a means of applying knowledge or applying a certain skill to someone.
It was like a minimum of 8 hours a day, wasn't it?
It's 48
no, it
hours
is.
over 6 days.
Yeah.
So do the math.
8.
I think that's yeah, that's 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Like, it's not fun, but it's worth it. You know?
It's studying for your finals, essentially.
Yeah.
Apart
Yeah.
from your finals, wisdom or charisma, or
I mean,
Yeah,
so between studying a book, practicing instruments, and eating, there really isn't much time for anything else.
Yeah.
No, if you guys are all committing to wanting to read the book before you get to the Vale of Forest, then yeah.
Yeah, seems like a good
Yeah,
plan.
I'm into that.
I'm gonna read and occasionally practice shooting my gun.
Okay, we'll say that over the course of the week you go through another like 20 bullets. All right. And then you hear the crew kind of like early in the morning wake you all up as the person that cooked for you throughout the entire trip. We've arrived, and it's quite a large group of people waiting for us down below. I take it they don't see much airships around here, huh?
No.
They're very sheltered people.
Right. Well, we're here, so if you guys want to hop off, we'll fly low enough that we can, guys can climb down the rope ladder and
Oh no.
pick up your friend, and we'll be off.
Yeah, we'll do that. Actonis, you can stay with the ship if you want.
Thank you.
Naran, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you take this book and put it in the bag of holding? Because I don't ever want to see it again.
Fair
And
enough.
it's useful in a century.
I suppose. I'll take his book.
As
It's
we
either that or
disembark,
throw it off the airship.
I'd like to give Nicole a nudge and say, I've never been in this neck of the woods before.
I
Oh.
will give him a half smirk in like recognition of the joke, but then be like, I mean, aren't you quite well traveled?
That's why it was noteworthy. It's also a pun, sort of, because it's woods.
I'm adjusting the modifiers on your sheets, by the way, for.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
Okay,
Where do I
Pappy.
adjust my modifiers?
You can.
Can I look at the side of the ship and see if I can see what it says, or is it just going to say what Narok said?
It's gonna say what Narok says, yeah.
Okay.
If you have the book in your inventory, you
Mhm.
can just mark it active and it boosts your stat.
Oh shit!
I didn't put the fucking book in my inventory.
I didn't put the
so-
book in my
I didn't know it
inventory.
was an actual thing. I just assumed it was some sort of
A homebrew.
item.
Yeah.
What?
No, they exist. Like these are actual things.
Oh, well, I'll just quickly do that now.
What do I
I
do
just
for mine?
take it and now all of my things are adjusted.
Nice.
No idea what
Okay,
this
well then.
I'm sure there would have been a better time to ask, but did you change the gloves?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Better time to ask was
Naronk, you get your dexterity has been raised by 2 points.
Cool.
With that book. Yeah, no, it's so yeah, just take care of that so that your stats are in order on your character sheets.
Cool.
Trym.
Mm-hmm.
You see an airship appear above the. It's not really a town; it's a camp, but same thing. Your parents, like you would already prepared for this. You packed your belongings after a successful attempt at cleansing the husk of the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life. Something happened a few days into taking care of this corruption. Suddenly, a burst of energy came from within the tree, roughly halfway through your stay here, and the complete husk turned into dust. And it started spreading itself, and the dust had this greenish hue to it. And any plant it touched started blooming at a rapid pace. And new when it landed onto the ground, new trees would immediately start sprouting from where the dust landed. And after taking care of that for a few more days, pretty much the entire part of the forest that was corrupted has been restored, if not, is even better than it was before.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
You see your friends climbing down the rope ladder, hopping off, kind of in the middle of the camp. Everyone, I think everyone besides Octanus. Is anyone else also staying on the ship?
And you see me with like I have this time because last time I would have came to them, I literally was like scared, had someone tell me like I didn't have stuff. Now I'm like ready to go. But I also have like a little like camping backpack that's probably almost as large as me on, and I have like some pots and pans like hanging from my waist, so I'm bringing, and I have a little travel hutch with my bunny in it because Bob's coming with me.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh no.
And I'm just like waiting.
Okay.
This is how we get an NPC animal
Your
death.
It's
your
like she's going to fucking university or some shit.
your mom
First
and
day of
dad gives you one last hug before you go to meet with your friends.
Well, Trym, I happen to have 2 potential presents for you, if you want them.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I have a
You know it's not my birthday, right?
well, I don't really know when your birthday is, but just because it's not your birthday doesn't mean I can't get you presents, does it?
I know. I just thought you. I don't know. Maybe
Wait,
you thought it
Are
was.
we
You
only allowed
felt
to
like
get
you
presents
had
on
to.
people's
I don't
birthdays
know.
now? Is that like so many things?
No. I just didn't.
What
think
about
you wanted to.
whatever we call Christmas? Winter's
Fail.
Veil.
Well, that's like
Give
6
presents
months
on
away,
Winter's
so
Veil.
Yeah, that's far.
that's far.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's it's another time for gift giving.
That's fair enough. I have a
Trym, you now realize that this is an individual you've never
Yep.
seen before that kind of chimed in on the conversation.
Just like look up and down and just like I don't know you.
Matthias Malmström, at your service. I give a deep bow.
He's a bit much at times.
Leader of the traveling troupe of troubadours.
Just lean back and just like Trym
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Trym? Is that with a Y or an I?
with a Y.
Rhymes are the same all the way. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't mind him, all right. And I will hand you a staff of fire and the armor of the War Mage's Apprentice.
Armor is, I believe, exactly the same one that you already
I
have.
already own Armor of the War
Yeah.
Mage's Apprentice.
Ah.
But
Nice.
the staff is new. I'm pretty sure.
Nice. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, no, it's, the fucking druid you fought had the same armor as Trym had.
That's so
Funnily
funny.
enough.
I did not know that.
But he does have a staff for you. That's nice, right? And there's
Two
that.
druids with the same armor. It's almost like it's a cult outfit.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey,
All I'm saying is 2.5 foot and hard to dispose of. It's a smaller thing to dig.
Okay.
Anyways, I think we should be off. I think Abberan's really excited to go to the Flatlands.
I've,
He
I've,
said
ne-
that.
I've never been there. I don't really know what it's like.
It's
Neither
flat.
do I.
I like to take a moment to look Abberan up and down.
I would like to kind of insight check on how Abberan actually feels about going to the.
And I would like to kind of squint at him a little bit.
Okay. Roll an insight check.
I'm not insight checking,
No,
but I would just like to
Nicole
say,
is.
yeah, I would just like to say, you know, you don't really look like a Brian.
Yes.
I see you've been talking to Actanis.
Not any more than you have. The songs and the fables and the stories that come through the Bard's College of a time that speak of the Heroes of Exile, there was always a Brian, and I just don't see it. Don't really see a Brian, but if that's what you prefer, I mean, by all means, I'll write it down.
Yes, he does prefer
Firstly,
that.
my name is Bran, not Brian. Secondly, I'm very hesitant to believe that there were many, if any, stories reaching the Bard's College of our name.
You don't think? Okay, you don't think that maybe a couple fables of you defeating some kind of undead pirate crew to take their ship wouldn't have made it as far as the Bard's College? Everything makes it as far as the Bard's College. We
None
heard
that
about.
I've heard recite us by name.
Oh, you've made quite a name for yourself, definitely. Your tales of charitability and responsibility and Brian.
Do I believe him, Mr. DM?
Roll an insight check.
Because the only person who has ever called me Brian.
And Matthias, roll a
Like
deception check.
Good luck.
Natural 20.
Oh.
That's fucking.
Oh, 28.
For insight? 24.
I know I don't
natural
beat
20.
a natural 20, but
No, yeah, natural
I
20.
would just like to say, in
throw
this
my pen.
weird world thing, I rolled an insight check on Bran. I also
one.
rolled a natural motherfucking 20.
Jesus.
What is happening? This. Oh,
Hang on,
Why are we
hang on, hang on, hang on.
That's 3 nat 20s
Mine
already.
ones are about to come out soon.
Yeah.
Fuck you
That's
guys.
straight up.
Nice.
Like,
Yeah, I can't see it.
Can't see that,
I
can't
can
see
barely
that.
see it. But yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Straight
First
up.
things first.
I'm the realist.
That too. Bran. Matthias is a hard man to read, but you do get the sense that he's fucking with you a little bit. Like, you get the sense that there's definitely a little bit of banter going on, if you will.
Lean in close. Actanis isn't here right now. You don't have to lie on her behalf. I know what she's like.
How dare you?
I only lie
You're
on
not
one
there.
person's behalf. Well, I suppose I lie on about 5 people's behalf, but truthfully, I only lie on my own behalf.
Nicole, your
Whether
insights.
for fun or otherwise.
Abberan, how comfortable do you look when the Flatlands get mentioned and the trip to the Flatlands gets
And that you're
brought
excited
up?
to do so.
Bran's definitely putting on this sort of brave face. But Nicole, knowing what he knows, that none of the others really know, it makes sense for you that Bran would be, at the very least, nervous. Not necessarily frightened of it, but
I can tell you're
definitely
like
nervous.
hesitant to
Scared, but not like
terrified.
scared. Like
Yeah. And
anxious would be a good
I
term.
feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just give him a stare and kind of like chuck along with the conversation as it goes.
Trym. If you want, you can add. If you're taking the staff, you can add it to your inventory on D&D Beyond. It should be. Pretty sure it's just a base 5e item. If you were to accept that gift.
Yeah, I'll accept it. Although it probably looks taller than me right now.
Right now, yes.
I know it will shrink, but
Yeah.
if I had to do it.
Right now,
You
it's
just keep
it's
struggling
a
to hold
quarter
it.
it's a
like,
it's a quarter
okay,
staff, and you're roughly you're roughly like a third of its size
Okay.
right now.
I have a dilemma. I just realized I was going to check as I'm looking for exactly what my height was. I know I can't remember whether I said I'm
2'5".
2'6"
us.
or 2'8" or 2'5".
Two-
I'm one
You
of those.
told us
foot?
2'5".
Is that
I
right?
think
Just
you
because
told
I found it
5.
funny
Because
that
I've lost the paper that I wrote like.
Yeah,
the
Trym is
physical
very
attributes of
like
Trym
Trym
on.
is tiny even for a halfling.
No, like,
You
yeah,
said
that's
It's
why
fucking
Trym-
minuscule.
Yeah, that's why Trym
I remember
was
it
bullied
being-
for her whole life, because even for a halfling, she's a fucking tiny.
I remember it being 2'5" because I made the joke that if someone cast enlarge on you, you'd still be under 5 foot.
True. That
Yeah,
that,
before-
that is true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, then that's what I am. Okay, cool. Thank you. I couldn't remember.
I remember things sometimes.
Thank you.
Two
But I
foot-
lost the sheet I wrote that down on, and then I looked in D&D Beyond, and all my shit, it's not there, and Trym doesn't have a page in the wiki yet, so...
2 foot
Let's
six,
not
two,
lie.
2'6" in heels.
Nobody's filled out their actual backstory stuff on D&D Beyond, have they?
No,
Kissarin's
all
is
in
fucking
PDF.
elaborate as shit. Okay?
Yeah, but is it on D&D Beyond or is it in
Oh,
a
on
separate
D&D
document?
Beyond. Oh, no, yeah.
There we go then.
Okay, so you
Shout out
guys
D&D Beyond.
you guys climb back up on the ship, and are you guys off, or is there anything you want to do before you hear?
Beyond.
Anything you want to do
Actually,
here
for me-
before
actually,
you?
no. Are there any? We're in a forest. Any kind of like market stalls? Any kind of vendor? Anyone?
Make a perception check.
19.
You take a little look around, and you do see what seems like a little bit away from you, a tent with a little, like a stall in front of it with some random paraphernalia on it, stalled out almost as if it to resemble a shop.
I'd like to scurry over quickly and
Okay.
approach the shopkeep.
Alright.
Hello, we're not here for long, but
Right.
I was wondering if you had any kind of herbal remedies, something to calm the nerves, possibly.
Well, most of the things I sell are very basic, because most of the
Of course.
most of the big supplies come from the capital city, the Valen Forest, and these camps are kind of self-sufficient in many ways, but occasionally.
But I'm
I
sure
trade-
the peoples, the rural peoples out here, who live among nature. They're the ones the true experts. Just trying to grease them up a bit,
Make a persuasion check.
27.
Okay.
Why even make checks? He's a boss.
Well, I do grow these mushrooms, you see, and but it's very experimental. No one else besides me has really tried them.
Lord above.
But if you have trouble sleeping, I have a little taste, and sleep very well after that.
Are you greeted by pleasant dreams, or?
Now that I think about it, no, it's just empty, really.
Unnaturally so?
I never really thought about it, but yes. little bit.
Do I have any idea what he's what he's about to give me?
Fucking
You have
Mans is out
you
here,
have
you've
no
got
idea.
weed,
No.
cocaine, and magic mushrooms now.
Okay. Yeah. How? I was hoping for maybe burning bush, perhaps. If you had any of that.
No, you'd have to visit the capital.
Well. Dang and blast.
Indeed.
How much would it take to convince you to part with some of those mushrooms?
Well, never really saw them before, really. Like I said, I grow them myself and I, eat them myself as a little remedy for when I can't really get to sleep. So, suppose I'm willing to part with, say, 1 mushroom for 5 gold.
The deed is done, and I will pass him 5 gold for this mystery
kind of
mushroom that I
like-
have a real sinking feeling is going to be like a fucking
Yeah.
quaalude or whatever the fuck.
He opens up a little pouch he has hanging from his side, and kind of like rifles through it, and he has like a little glass jar that he whips out, and in this glass jar you see like a handful of mushrooms, a dull gray in color. He opens it up and kind of like hands one to you. They feel a bit moist.
Can I sense anything awful magical perhaps about the mushrooms, or are they just
Make an Arcana check.
22?
Just by the look and smell of it, seems very just natural.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, and sweet dreams. Of
You
course.
too. Or
Take
not,
care, and I'll-
lack thereof, of course.
Oh, lack thereof, of course. Yeah. And I'll take my leave and return to the party.
Okay.
All right, I guess we should.
Oh,
get
I'm
it now.
scared, man. I'm scared.
You're really like. I have 5 drugs written in lore, and you've over the past 2 sessions bought 3 of those.
He's fucking Pokemon's them.
Well, the scariest fucking part
Catechism.
is that these mushrooms don't sound like a good thing.
They do not sound like a good time.
They sound great. What do you mean?
Right, you guys ready to
I literally just
set
added
off?
magic mushroom to
Yes,
my
sir.
own possessions. We'll see how
That'll-
that goes.
that'll
Actually, we'll
do.
go back and see that on a pull Matthias off to the side.
Okay.
When we get on the ship, I want to find Octanus too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you guys can say that you already went up the ship, and Matthias just kind of went on a little nip to the shop before he also got up there.
Hey, Matthias, can I talk to you for a second?
Yes, yeah. Well, what is it?
Well, since Trym seems to already have this armor, I was wondering if maybe you wanted it.
I mean, I'm flattered. What is it exactly?
It's called the armor of the War Mage's Apprentice. It like
Right.
makes your spells hurt a little more
Okay.
and
All right.
does something else, but I forget.
It gives you it ups your AC a little bit. It starts at 13 instead of 11 plus your dex, unless someone dispels the magic on it, and then it goes down to normal.
Oh,
level.
that's right. And it lets you cast mage armor. I think.
No,
Is that it?
No.
No?
it's a plus. It's a plus to.
It has mage
and
armor.
damage on spells.
It has mage armor
it.
imbued in it, woven into it essentially. That's why the AC is higher. Which is
Yeah.
why when people dispel magic, the mage armor fades and making it just a normal
Yeah,
makes
so
set of armor.
Yes, like Trym's AC is 15 unless someone dispels the magic on it. It goes down to 13.
It's Wizards of the Coast way of saying
Gotcha.
it's plus something with extra thing.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and you get extra pluses to evocation spells and spell attacks. Certain ones.
The practicality is, of course, undeniable, but I whisper the command words to my armor, and it changes into, I don't know, parachute pants and a crop top or something ridiculous.
Are they golden parachute pants though?
Yeah, sure. Like super Aladdin-esque, like with little pointy shoes. I feel like
What in God's name are you wearing?
they lack showmanship.
Fuck's sake.
I'm not even sure if I'm mad or impressed.
All right. Anyways, I also had a question for you.
Okay, let me.
So,
And my outfit changes back into just like shirt and pants, whatever.
thank you. You talked about how you have like 5 of you in the troop, right?
That's right. Yes.
But you're the whole troop, right?
Yeah. It's it's an act. You know,
So how do you change yourself?
Well, of course, there's the armor.
Well, yeah,
Right.
That only does your clothes, right?
But yes, but it can, it does masks and hats with feathers or a turban with a imbued with a magnificent gem. It's very it's very magical. The armor, and
I can see that.
it comes with it a whole host of I play several different instruments as well.
Mhm.
It comes with the act. I can do different voices of. I can almost with no, without flaw, recite and reenact the voice of someone that I've met along the way. It's quite a trait.
So how do you actually change like your physical appearance though? Like besides your clothes?
No.
I want to inside check that. That was not confident.
Alright, roll an insight check, Matthias.
It's not gonna work, but whatever, dude.
You know what to do. And this goes to where
19,
you
dude.
double your bonus because of your thing.
Oh yeah,
great,
I get.
You probably rolled higher than me with that.
Because of act. Right. Okay.
Because of your feet. Or like your thing. No, not your feet, because of your. Just you being you, really.
Because of your super secret.
Wait, no, I
magic.
roll with advantage. I don't double it.
Okay,
Right?
fair enough. No, I think
Because
it's.
of actor. Right.
No, I think this is because you're trying to hide the fact that you are what you are, makes it so that deception are doubled,
No.
right? Is that not what it is?
Actor, I think, is roll with advantage.
It is
Yeah,
advantage.
but it's not actor. It's because
No,
you're changeling,
you're thinking
right?
of Divergent Persona, but that's only performance checks.
Oh shit, my bad. Okay, never mind.
But I will roll with advantage happily.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Why do bards double
I rolled
anything? They're
19,
fucking
so, like,
bards.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
got-
happy.
I got 17.
Oh.
I rolled a 2 and a 4.
Oh.
So you got 17 with a 4.
Wow.
Narong?
2 and a 4, and you got 7.
You're not sure
Yeah. After reading that book, I have a
whether
plus
he's
13.
like blatantly lying, but his like little like voice crack combined with just it didn't sound confident gives you the sense that he's not being completely honest with you. There's something he's not really willing to share there.
All right, Matthias. I get that you may have your secrets, right?
Uh-huh.
That
We
you
all
don't wanna
do.
keep
Don't
some
we?
of these things
Brian?
from us, right? But in order for us to work fluidly as a machine, right? You gotta give a little to get a little. You know what I'm saying?
Dirty.
I don't, I don't actually swing that way, Narok. I hate to break it to you, my guy.
It's not what the hell. The hell's wrong with you? Did your mama drop you when you were born?
Just stuck in the central
Like a sack of hammers.
What I mean is we all got some shit in our past. Alright? And I don't know if this has something to do with whatever happened in the past to you. But like, I'm just wondering, do you use like a spell to change yourself or what?
I suppose you could say that there's magic involved. Yeah, it's a magic act. Call me dishonest, okay? That I do definitely enhance the performances using magical talents, but I mean that's what the Bard College is for, of course.
You're avoiding my question.
You asked if I use magic. I told you I use magic.
To change your appearance, not to change your act.
I mean that's one and the same, surely.
Not in my book.
The world is a stage, Narunk, and we're all merely players.
And right now, we're two players talking to each other on that stage.
Right you are.
And I'd hope that you'd be honest with me.
Honesty is not a bard's forte.
Well, how about we make it yours?
Dishonesty is much more my forte. You know I have a plus 13 on deception?
Oh my
Fuck's sake.
God.
Fuck's sake. I hate you. I
Hello, fourth
fucking hate
wall. Was
you.
that you? Oh, it's fucking broken.
My immersion.
I would like to... I'll just give up the ghost and I will whisper the command word to my armor and change it to the appearance of that which Narunk is wearing. And then I would like to shapeshift into a form
Narunk.
resembling Narunk.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Alright, what kind of devilry is this shit?
Alright, what kind of devilry is this shit?
Is this just? Are they talking just on the airship?
Yeah.
Can I look over and see tuna rocks?
Do we all
Absolutely.
see
Yeah.
this?
If
What-
you're
what-
if you're around, like you're just on the top deck, yeah.
Yeah, I would just be
Which
No.
one do I shoot?
I was like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
which
say
one do
I didn't see it because I went to find Octanus.
Oh, yeah, you and Octanus are below deck,
I've
yeah.
gone downstairs.
Sure.
I would like to look for a crab.
A crab?
Make a perception check.
Natural one.
As far as you can tell, both crabs are gone.
Near crabs.
Alright.
What the fuck is nice little.
I
trick.
don't know what the
Actually,
hell he's
no,
doing.
I will use my hat of disguise to make myself look like the Rock and wear his clothes.
Right, the three of you need to.
Is this what
Knock
we
this
are
shit
doing now? Oh, I'm the Rock. I'll shoot my gun.
Alright, this shit ain't funny.
Alright,
Alright,
y'all, what the hell's going on here?
Hundreds of
This
people
ain't-
suffer from it every day.
This ain't funny, y'all.
I can't trust this in joke.
Bali have some American families
Fuck's
of
sake.
every year.
Alright. How? Nicole, I swear to God, if you don't turn back, I'm gonna shoot you in the foot.
I would like to stand next to Matthias, but kind of like keep on swapping places with him.
I adopt like a bow-legged cowboy stance and like, Nicole, I swear to God, if you don't change back right now.
Make a performance check.
Oh, fucking.
Oh, this is also? No, hold on.
At which point do I just give up on all three of them and cast Spirit Guardians?
Like,
Never.
never.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Before you ever got on the ship with these people.
Before you met him, when we first
Alright,
met.
guys, I'm out. I'm gonna catch an Uber to the Flatlands. I'll see you later.
Have fun with that.
That's a 21 on
21?
performance. Yes.
Nicole,
Hello.
21.
at this point, you're not sure which one's real Narunk anymore.
I
At
would
this
like,
point,
I
I'm
would
gonna
like
go
to
inside.
adopt the same pose as the one that basically Matthias is being
Mhm.
of the fucking like.
Okay,
just
I have a
look.
question for you, Doug.
Hmm?
Oh, okay.
Does his changing seem more like Nicole's hat of disguise, or does it remind me of Rick's changing into Thorin?
Ooh.
Roll a history check.
Or does it look exactly the same?
I am going to go downstairs, crack open one of the bottles of firewater I bought before we left,
Mm-hmm.
14.
and drink until I hopefully see 6 of them.
Okay. 14.
Yeah.
You don't recall what Rick's looked like when he shapeshifted because you were behind him and he was wearing, clothing. So it's real hard for you. You saw some shifts in body size or like body form. Like he became a little broader when Rick shapeshifted. But it's not really much for you to say, to like with confidence say, I've seen that before. You're not sure.
Like, straight up, aren't I just a tool in the wrong as well? Because this guy's done.
Yeah,
it doesn't change it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Did
tall.
Matthias
You're tall.
actually change size?
Tall.
Did Matthias actually like change size?
Matthias is an exact copy of you.
Yeah. I would like to. Fuck with Narong.
Whereas Nicole
And
is a taller copy of you.
Obviously, this entire jape is to fuck with Narong, but I would like to use Unsettling Visage.
Okay.
And before Narong's eyes, he sees his own face begin to literally melt. Like his eye sockets start
Oh, buddy.
sort of, retreating down his face, and his eyes, one
We're
of his
back
eyes
in the
pops
nightmare
out,
plane.
pops out of the socket,
Every
and
day with
his
your
jaw hangs
nightmare.
open and slowly, unhinges, and blood starts to drool out of the corner of his mouth.
Oh.
I'm so glad I'm somewhere else.
I was gonna say I
Briefly.
didn't say any of this, so
Does
we're
that
Briefly.
involve a saving throw or not?
No.
okay.
All it does is give him a disadvantage on an attack roll, but it's,
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you see this, and you see your own face start to melt, and it just starts completely looking malformed, and you blink to think like this can't be real, and then you open your eyes, and it's still there. And
Whoa.
All right. This shit ain't funny, Matthias.
all right, now swing my head around the eye that's hanging out of the socket, flops in my head. All right, yo, this shit ain't funny.
All right, I actually want to punch him now.
roll an attack with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Why? Why is Matthias's version of the wrong like fucking Elvis?
That one.
All right, yo, well, this shit ain't
That
funny.
one, and you
I rolled a nat
like
one and a 2, dude.
Oh,
you go for the swing at this malformed Naronk's face, and your fucking elbow just cracks, and you just hurts before you can even stretch out fully to make your punch, and you're just now standing there with your elbow, with your arm in your hand, something popped out or something ain't right.
I'll shapeshift back into Matthias. And
Seeing Matthias do it, I'll go back into Nicole.
wasn't that fun?
I will
Murder
start.
you in your sleep.
Nicole just starts laughing at me. Just pointing
Oh, not cool. See, he enjoyed it.
Oh my god.
I knew it was a good choice to
Alright.
join us, Matthias. It was,
While that's going on up top, Trym, you went to go look for Octanus.
yeah. Just to say hi, then I'm back and ask, who's the new blonde guy?
Oh, Matthias. He's some musician that we found, and he kind of just joined us.
Okay, is he gonna be here for a while?
It looks like it. He hasn't
Okay.
said he's leaving anytime soon.
Okay.
I have something for you, by the way.
Why does everybody have presents for me? I told them it's not my birthday.
Well, I kind of still felt bad about meeting you and then dragging you to the Nine Hells and pretending you were my slave that I was
There's
going to
an
sell.
actual. There's a visible little shudder every time someone says Nine Hells.
Yeah. And not getting to the forest very quickly and all that kind of shit. So I got you this, and I will give her the self-heating flask.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, what's it do? Get it.
I thought you could have it to keep your tea warm, so that you can keep drinking it even when we're not away from.
Oh. Well, that's really nice.
You got a lot of tea in your house, a lot of fucking tea. So
Yeah, you see this whole pocket, and there's one whole pocket on the backpack. I'm like, this is all tea.
but now you can drink it, all the time.
I'm gonna make some right now. Do you want some?
Sure.
I have green. I have a black tea. I have a sleepy time, and I just start pulling out little pouches and things from Middle's probably not the time for sleepy time. I'll put that one there.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Just make some green tea. I'll just go find something. I'm hoping there's something I can, or some source of water. I'm like, wait a minute. So I don't need the kettle. And I just take some water out, like my water skin, pour it in the flask, and then put some of the tea leaves in. And I go, how do I turn it on?
It's not exactly how it works.
I don't know. She just gave it to me. I don't know. I'm assuming Octavius knows how it works.
You chose poorly.
Do I know how it works? Do I know how it works?
You got
'Cause-
told that it keeps warm liquids warm. It wasn't. You didn't get told. It warms up stuff. It keeps stuff that's already warm
Yeah.
warm. That's what it does.
Pours in the water. I'm like, no. You gotta make the tea first and then put it in the flask and then it keeps it warm.
Oh, okay. I'll go see if there's somewhere I can use my kettle and go look around for, I guess, the kitchen or mess hall or.
There's a
eating
little
area.
like kitchen area,
Yeah.
kind of like separated from the rest of the middle deck.
So then
I'm
I'll
just gonna
go
follow her.
make myself some tea
Alright.
and be like, oh, by the way, I brought Bob, and hold up the hutch with my bunny.
You brought her a rabbit.
Well, I felt bad for leaving him last time, and I figure like you're
That's
not gonna
fair
bring him
enough.
with us like into battle. He can stay here, and I'll need to leave out food and water, and he can just run around the ship. And then when we go back, he can go live in the keep.
That's actually pretty smart. You know, that's not.
And then built-in animal messenger whenever we need one.
I've just got this idea now of Trym being like, someone knows it's a message from Trym because a fucking rabbit turns up.
Because a rabbit just turns up.
That's gonna be her signature from now on. It's just this little
Always
rabbit.
Bob.
Typically, when people want to send like messages through animals, it's always like birds, something that travels, like something that just resembles a typical like carrier pigeon or whatever, and then there's just poof, little bunny.
A rabbit.
And his little hutch has a name tag on it, by the way. It says Bobble, his full name.
How cute.
At some point, I'm going to be maybe a third of the way through my bottle of firewater.
Mm-hmm.
Of the few that I bought, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to realize what a fucking idiot I am, put the cap back on and pull out the bottomless flask that I bought. Start drinking from that instead.
Fair enough.
I'm going to go find Actanis and Trym if Trym's there.
We're in the kitchen.
You're in the kitchen.
Yeah,
You're making some tea.
I'm just going to walk in like looking at the floor.
I also feel like I need Octanis' help to make the tea because I probably can't reach the whatever their version of a stovetop
Yeah,
is.
like I'm like lifting up the kettle from and like putting it on the stove.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're about as tall as the like, you know, you're like eye height with the ledge of the stovetop. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
So I'm like,
It's not very
Actanis.
convenient.
I'm stupid. I forgot that I bought a flask. I don't need alcohol anymore. I have a flask. I'm gonna put 2 bottles of a bottle and a half of firewater down on
so
the
I'm like,
table.
look, I have one too, and hold out the one Octanis just got me.
Does it look like my flask?
Yeah, they look fairly identical. Yeah, just 2 metal flasks, really.
Actanis,
Just
why
with-
did you buy Trym? Trym, I didn't think you drank that much.
It's for tea.
She drinks like a fish. Leave her alone.
I don't know what sort of tea you're making. But
I'm making it right now. Do you want some?
it's a bit strong for tea, isn't it? This stuff?
What do you need?
No.
Just like give him a cup, or like drink from the flask, or like just smell it.
I mean, I'm just gonna open the flask and pour it into the cup, and then move on to the next cup. And
Wait.
just see how many cups I can fill before it stops.
With your flask or her flask?
With my flask.
It never stops.
So I'm just gonna fill all the cups we have.
I'm just gonna be like, oh, your flask is different than mine.
Yeah. Slightly different.
Like the 4th or 5th cup, I'm gonna stop. So your
mine
flask doesn't
Mine
do
doesn't
alcohol?
that. Well, I mean, it probably could if I wanted it to, but I don't really want to. It just keeps things warm.
Oh, I was under the impression that Actanis had bought you a flask that contained alcohol and would always contain alcohol. Hence why I was confused by using it for tea.
Yeah. No.
The couple
On the
of you think
upside-
I'd buy that for Trym. Like, do you
Oh,
I don't ever have to
forgot,
buy.
I forgot to ask. I'm sorry. Did you beat the cult guy?
Oh,
Assuming
yeah.
you did because you're here, but it
Yeah,
all
we
went
did.
okay.
It's a long story.
Yeah, we beat him and a dragon. You know that dragon, the white one? We beat him too. He's dead.
On the subject of
Well,
being
good.
on the
Yeah.
subject of being okay, I'm hoping you brought along those diamonds with you just in case.
I did. Yeah, they're right here, and I point to another pocket on the giant backpack that is still on me, the size of me.
Good to know. I need to stock up at some point on them, just in case.
Trym, do you want to put your bag down?
Yeah, maybe. It's
You
all
look like you're about to keel over at any minute, and it's kind of making me.
I mean, I'm fine. I just can't lean backwards.
Are you-
I'm waiting for you to like fall backwards and become like a turtle on a shell, and you just like can't.
Well, I mean, I'd probably just shapeshift. I could just shapeshift into a real turtle, and then just crawl out, and then turn
That
out.
Are you
would
are
be
you going to be
hilarious.
staying in the same room as Actanis?
I think so. I don't know. I mean, there's a new person. I don't know where he's staying. I don't know if you've changed things.
How many rooms are there on the airship, Dutch?
Plenty. There's singles, there's doubles. Matthias is residing in, I assumed a double. Or a single, I mean.
I feel like Matthias is just moving
Now, wait a
to
minute.
captain's quarters
In,
without
in
asking
a room
anyone.
for yourself, I mean. That's kind of what I assumed when you were like decorating and stuff.
Yeah, but it's a double.
No, I meant like, I meant a single as in a one-person room and not a two-person room.
Sure.
The rooms on the left
Technically,
are
it's a
all.
four-person room.
The rooms on the left are all, you know, one bed in there each,
They're
and
like
the rooms on
same
the right
size
are
with, like,
doubles.
2 beds rather than.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I'm not getting conned here.
No.
Being
Yours does, however, look a little bigger though than the rest.
Why don't I put your stuff in the room next to Actanis' Trym, and then you can make your tea, and I'm going to see if there's still 3 Naronks upstairs.
What?
3. One wasn't enough. Why are there 3?
Why do you think I came downstairs?
If you go up at that point, the whole multiple Naronk bit has been done, and everyone.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go put Trym's stuff in the room next to Actanis', and then leave 4 mugs of whatever alcohol. I don't even know what alcohol my flask makes. So
It's
whatever
just a whiskey.
Well, there's 4 mugs of whiskey on the table. Then I'm gonna walk on upstairs.
Are you bringing the mugs or leaving them there?
I'm leaving the mugs. I'm bringing my flask.
All right.
I'm gonna start drinking one of the mugs of whiskey.
Actanis now
enough.
has 4 mugs of whiskey and 2 bottles of firewater.
Fair enough.
She's very happy.
we chose.
So as you kind of, you know, go about your own day, the day slowly progresses. From here to Ladderfall, which is your destination, is roughly a 2-day trip by airship. Anything in particular you want to do on your first day, besides piss off Naronk?
When we're after
Some point.
nightfall, yes. But are we at the stretch now where the ship's not going to be cloaked from here on out? Is it? It's good from here.
You're still passing over the Burning Scar, because the Burning Scar completely covers that entire area.
Okay.
So you're gonna still be cloaked.
Are there portholes? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are like windows. After nightfall,
Mm-hmm.
as long as no one else has anything else they want to do before then, I would like to slink down the corridor, and I would like to knock on Nicole's door.
I was gonna say in a
of
hilarious
all.
fashion. When it gets to nightfall, I want to lock on Matisse's door.
In the
Like
middle of the
they
night, we
both
just like
move.
bump into each other. Like,
you
what?
meet the whole way.
Yeah, it's like,
Before anything happens, I just want to cast 2 sending spells to let 2 people know that we're on the way. You know who it'll be.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
I would also like to knock on Naronk's door.
Okay.
Are we meeting just in the middle? Just me and Matthias.
Yeah, you and Matthias like
yeah.
both meet in the hallway, and then I guess you
We
both.
like show up outside Naronk's door like trick or treaters, like.
Yeah. Yeah, here we are.
All right.
I will hesitantly open the door.
He opens the door. There's just 2 Naronks.
If I see Matthias change, I will also change. If I
No
do
way.
change, I will.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not?
Shut the door, dude. I'm just fucking shutting the door.
No.
I'll change. I'll change that.
I'll go back.
Hold
No,
I
no,
don't
you're wrong.
shut the door.
I'll keep on knocking. I go on.
And open it again.
I think.
What do you want?
I think we should convene in my quarters for
I
some
thought you didn't swing that way.
very funny. We're just going to smoke some drugs.
Now this is something I can get behind.
Fuck's sake.
I will follow.
Actually,
that.
no. We'll go down to like the main area,
Okay.
the like wherever we ate, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Crack open a
Oh.
porthole,
Yeah.
and I'll sit at the table and I'll put down 2 bags, two small bags, and just a mushroom on the table. And my long wooden pipe. So hold on. Just let me double check what I actually have here.
We've got 3 pixie.
4 doses of pixie dust
Oh.
and
4?
5 doses of burning bush, and some kind of mushroom. All right. Now, some of this stuff here is not strictly legal, so you know if you're
Most of the shit I own isn't strictly legal.
it's fair enough. Now, and I'll start off with the burning bush.
Okay.
I'm not usually the kind of person to partake in this sort of thing, so I think maybe we should start small.
I like to insight check the. I'm not usually the time to do this.
Roll insight check.
I want to make sure I think he's lying through his fucking teeth. Oh, that does. Oh, that's not. I'm gonna fucking lose this one. Maybe.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
rolled
a,
an 18.
that's a 33? For
No, that's 30 because it's persuasion.
Oh, 30, fair enough.
Yeah, only 30.
you the truth, I am.
Oh. So,
Fair enough.
Oh dear God.
Okay.
So,
Truthful enough.
the wonderful man at the herbal, I can't even remember the word. Remedies store assured me that this would help calm the nerves. I'm not really sure what kind of caliber of calming we're talking about here, but I'll go ahead and just start to sprinkle it into a pipe. I have no idea
Dutch,
if I'm doing this right.
In my time in the wilds and in the creative use of trying to warm up, would Nicole have ever used narcotics of this nature? Be it some people trying in lieu of pain.
No, because narcotics of this nature are the Empire isn't home to drugs of this nature. The Empire is home to a lot of medicinal plants being grown. Most, if not all, of the narcotics that get used for, you know, as a hobby, if you will, recreation, are being imported from places all around, but not the Empire. The Empire is pretty strict when it comes to its drugs.
Okay, cool.
But burning bush is decriminalized, correct?
Yes, in some areas, yeah.
Okay. So I, to the best of my ability, would just try and sprinkle what I would assume is 1 dose worth of burning bush into the pipe, and use my tinderbox to light it up.
Okay.
Take a fat hit,
The same on my pipe as well.
Okay.
and
I'll take
then
the
obviously
pixie dust.
Naronk.
You're gonna go with the pixie dust?
Sorry.
Yeah. I'll snort it.
Okay.
Put a nice
He
little
did
line.
say. He did say, however you feel inclined, you may take it. So by all means, just.
I feel like this
Um,
is how it's meant to be done.
Nicole and Matthias,
Mm.
roll a Constitution saving throw.
Fucking hell.
Oh, that's not good. That's really not good.
Bye bye.
That's a 12.
12?
19.
19.
I'm a
Okay.
+9.
Matthias, you feel almost as if the world slows down a bit around you, and you feel all your muscles kind of like just completely calm down. Any tension that you had, put on your muscles is just gone. You feel relaxed.
Okay.
Feels pretty good, really.
Hell yeah, dude.
Nicole,
Oh no.
you get all that and more. For you, for the next hour, have disadvantage on any checks or saves to do with dexterity. And feeling a bit nauseous, just a little bit nauseous. But it's for the same experience as well, though, as like the whole like all your muscles just completely let loose, and it feels like a warm, fuzzy feeling in the face, and it's almost like time is going a little slower for you. But in reality, it's just you being slow.
No, I'm good. And like, I did a thing that's kind of like, I almost like feel the air. You know, like when you get like seasick, and you just feel the rocking of the airship. It's that kind of just like. Oh, I'm just gonna sit down a bit.
Narank, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Lol.
Could be good.
It was not good.
It was not good. That's a nat 1.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
He's really about to OD.
You blink. You blink and look around you, and you see your friends suddenly are surrounded by this aura of blue and white smoke almost. And you blink again, and your friends are gone. And everything around you is suddenly gray, and you can see ghostly figures walking around the ship. You blink again, and you see your friends again. And a few seconds later, they disappear again, and you again see ghostly figures and a completely grayed out version of your ship. Goes on for about half an hour, and then you pass out.
He passes out?
Yeah.
What a fucking trip.
I'm gonna run and I'm gonna go knock on fucking Abberan's door, bro. I'm gonna go get Dad, dude. I'm not equipped for this.
I'm a go get dad.
I'm just like, whoa.
This time of night I'm asleep, bud.
Yeah, well, fucking Abberan!
Would we hear? Are our rooms in like the same?
They're
like,
in the same
hallway or
corridor,
area?
They're on
yeah.
the same corridor, yeah.
So can I do like a perception check to see if I would hear that and wake up?
What's,
Yeah,
your,
would I
what's,
hear
what's
that?
your what's your passive perception? Because you are asleep.
My passive perception is 14.
14.
13.
Matthias, you're just being loud, like Abberan.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you hear it. You hear it. You wake up.
Pull the door open.
I just want. I just wake up with the door, rubbing my eyes, just like, what's wrong? What's happening? What's going on?
Narank
I have no idea.
is unconscious. I might need your help. I'm not really sure what's happening.
What? Why? What? Who? Where?
I
Who
am.
attacked?
Narank attacked himself.
What
Oh,
do
I wanna just,
I'm gonna go
without any
outside
further
and, like,
explanation,
find-
I'm gonna run back downstairs and immediately take all of the stuff on the table and put it in my pocket.
I was gonna say, in the time he's left to go get Abberan, I would have probably started to
Okay.
say
I'm gonna-
we'll do a Nicole trying to hide shit in the sense of like, I'm not feeling
It's in his
good.
mouth.
And it-
Oh no, it's like that fucking
Just, like,
Super
sitting
Troopers.
on
Nicole
it.
has just eaten everything off the table and is like the world. is just, like,
No,
They're like,
not
Nicole,
that
where are
bad.
all the drugs? It just smiles with like bags hidden in his cheeks.
No, not that bad. Legit, it'd be like under my foot or like trying to hide it like under a chair.
Under
Just
your
very
leg.
much like not hidden.
Okay.
Like in
I'm
my
gonna-
head, it's hidden.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Okay,
go
I'm gonna
out
come
and
down.
follow Matthias.
I might have left
fuck
like a
is happening?
mushroom out because I didn't want to touch it because I didn't know what it was. So like the
Yeah.
mushroom might still.
Okay.
Probably for the
Okay.
best.
So at the
Zabran
point that I
coming
come
with us?
downstairs, yeah, I'm full pegging it.
Alright.
I'm running.
You see
when-
Naronk lie on the floor on his back, and just like the eyes are open, but he's not home.
Okay.
When
can I
when
make a
I
medicine
get in-
check to determine what's wrong with him?
Yeah, you can try.
Hey, I get to make a medicine check, something that
Can-
I'm good at.
Can I go over to him while Abberan's doing his medicine check and just like sitting there watching, be like, what? Can you tell what happened? You said he attacked himself to Matthias.
In a manner of speaking.
How? With what?
Naronk, in the time that you're passed out, you are in a world with a lot less color, and you're walking around the ship, and you see ghosts, specters, if you will. You your mind is transported to a different realm.
I got
This
a
is straight
22
up
on my
like the
medicine
gang
check.
do drugs. Like this is just
Yeah. I'm gonna try and talk to the ghostly spirits.
When you try and speak, you can hear an echo come from your own voice, and the spirits don't seem to pay you any mind.
I got a 22 on my medicine check.
See the fucking powder on his nose. Just...
Yeah, you can. You by thoroughly checking on him, you can. Yeah, he's still breathing.
Okay.
He is conscious in a way, but you looking at his eyes just tells you that physically he's here, but mentally he's somewhere else.
Lights are on, but nobody's home. He's
Lights
fucking
are
out.
on,
Yeah,
but nobody's
yeah.
home. Yeah.
Okay.
Would I recognize this sort of like effect from my time in the circle?
Make a history check.
Oh,
I'm assuming that, given just the pure amount of people that
that
were in
is
the Flatlands,
an 18.
Fort Relimar, Bran has seen someone at some point OD on something.
Oh, dear.
Atanis, you do not recall.
Shit.
Abberan, roll a history check.
I'm just gonna look at Abberan and go. I still happen to have lesser restoration prepared spell-wise. If you need any help.
History, so -1, so 16.
I'm sure it couldn't.
You have seen people OD, but that was on substances that were unlike what Naronk took. So as far as you can tell, looks like he's been cursed by something or someone. That's the
looks like
impression
it.
you get.
So my medicine check makes me believe it's a curse of some kind.
It's definitely not something natural. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh,
What did he sell us, dude?
What did you do?
Look,
What did you do?
I mean, I kind of want to take some.
What did I do?
Nicole,
Yeah.
Pierce, was it just you three down here?
I mean,
That's right. It was just us.
As far
What
as
did
I'm
Norm
aware,
take?
yeah, it would.
I know he took something.
Straight up dead. I know he took something.
What?
gonna be mad.
Abran, I
Look,
do not know
some-
what you are talking about.
The minute
Ah,
Abberan's
I'm
like,
not
as I say that, I'm kind of like stumbling, teetering with the ship a little bit, just like.
the minute Abberan took something, I just on a hunch, I'm gonna try. I'll go over to Naronk and just put like a hand on his like forehead and try lesser restoration for poisoned because he said took something.
Doesn't do anything. He's
All right.
still.
Well, I
he's-
tried.
I take the Cole by the shoulders and just sit him down in a chair so he stops swaying.
Look,
I don't think that
It
even
was-
on the chair, I'm still swaying.
you're all adults.
I believe
What
they
you do
call
in
it
your own time is up to
pixie
you.
dust.
Do I know anything about pixie dust, DM?
Do I?
Of course you do. You're a fucking drug
Abberan,
addict.
you don't. Ectanus, roll a history check.
Oh yay! I love that.
Do you know anything about pixie dust?
16.
You've heard pixie dust be mentioned before, but you're not quite sure what it does, as you've never actually had it yourself, nor had a
Do I know
conversation.
it's
with-
illegal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I know how like?
Illegal? Nobody told me.
I'm gonna tell Abberan that
Where did you get it?
my spell didn't work.
Some charlatan in Calzir. How dare he? What could he have What has he done? What?
What has he done?
Trym.
I'm just picturing Jeff Goldblum right now, like, no, this is the first I've heard of it. Illegal. This is the first I've heard of it. Save Naronk.
That's just God.
In character, Trym has discussed preparing spells with Bran before, so I know that you prepare spells.
Yeah, and I
So-
mentioned that, and so I tried Lesser Restoration.
Trym, do you know the spell Remove Curse? I think that's the next step to try.
Ooh, I really don't think I do. I think that's a paladin
curse?
spell. Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. At the very least, I definitely don't have it ready right now. But...
Okay, well,
I'm going to run upstairs and grab my lyre.
Dutch,
Yes?
do I recall at any point when I was with the shopkeep with Matthias
Mhm.
about using both drugs at the same time being a bad idea or not?
I mean, okay.
Bran
Nah.
is staring at you the entire time, Nicole.
I will just idly go into my bag.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up some pixie dust, put it in my
Okay.
pipe, and just fucking
You gonna smoke it?
smoke it.
Okay.
If I see this, I'm
From
gonna try
your
and take
from
fire.
your pipe,
No, I do not.
you're too busy leaning over Naronk. You can't be doing both at the same time.
He's
Gypsy.
really like everyone's like
Naronk.
crowded around a dying man, and he's just like,
From your pipe appears a bright blue flame when you light it up, and you smoke it.
Yeah, fucking that's my. I'm just idly sitting there, just kind of bored, just like.
"Oh, hit that damn man!"
I just
Make
kind
a
of look
wisdom-
over, just.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Come back in 3 episodes, guys, when we'll be injecting pixie dust as a liquid directly into our veins.
A wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
So
Gonna rub it
13.
into my gums.
13.
Yeah.
You kind of like lean back, and you see this blue whitish aura around your friends. And to your left, you see like the left half of this part of the ship gets completely grayed out, and you can see there some ghostly figures. And you look to your right, and you look like where the kitchen area is, and that also at some point, from what the normal ship looks like, it just turns to a grayish. And you can still hear your friends talk, but until eventually your entire world looks like this gray, inhabited with ghosts. And
What
to
do we
you,
see?
and to all of you, Nicole disappears.
What?
Straight up disappeared.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast sending.
Okay.
I'm at this point grab my lyre.
Mhm.
I want to try using the clear lyre to cast protection from evil and good on Naronk.
Okay.
Oh, I
Hold
made a
on.
mistake.
And now I don't know if it is gonna help, but I'm out of it. So one willing creature you touch is protected against types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. It just affects the those
Doesn't do any.
creatures. So
Doesn't do anything.
amazing. Amazing. Okay.
I'm gonna cast sending.
Okay.
No, wrong. To Nicole. sorry.
To Nicole.
Nicole, get back here right now, young man.
Dinner's going
Oh,
cold.
you're grounded.
Nicole.
Mother's worried sick.
You spend roughly 4 to 5 minutes in this version of the ship.
I'll try and walk around.
Okay. Where do you walk to?
I would like to walk to like my cabin. That would be my
To your
room
cabin?
first.
Okay.
And just kind of like see if there's any differences, or if it is literally just like the ship I'm on. And I want to go to the deck to see like. What
You're definitely on the ship still.
Okay. Now let's like walk to the deck and just see
the deck?
like what I can see on the deck.
Okay, once you reach the top deck, the world shifts back to normal for you again, and you reappear on the top deck.
Of an invisible ship.
You know, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized that as well. I just realized my mistake. I'm back, and I just see I'm on the invisible ship. I'll go fucking back under.
Okay, you go back under.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw water in the wrong space.
Okay. Do you walk back to your friends, Nicole?
I mean, I'm just gonna walk back to the ship. Just kind of, let's say I'll walk back.
Okay.
Just still have my shit on me, or like there's like
Yeah.
my stuff come with. Okay.
Yeah.
Has it been 4 or 5 minutes for us as well?
Yeah.
Where were you?
Right. What do you mean? Because like I saw the ship, but it was like.
And he disappears again.
I like to think, is it just that I was like, just.
Yeah.
God.
This is when we find out there's a spectral form. He stays in place while the ship moves. Comes back to form above the ground.
So this goes on for a little while, and Nicole blinks
I like
back
to
into
think
this
every,
world,
Every time I blink back in, it's just like another like 3 words. Just like,
and then blinks
"Holy
back
shit."
out, and that goes on for about half an hour, and then eventually Nicole blinks back in, and that seems to be the end of it.
I'm
Narok,
so I'm like, stop.
you you wake up after dedicated time, and you see all your friends kind of like leaning over you. You're flat on your back on the wooden floor of the ship.
What are y'all staring at?
You were about as responsive as most of the people that we've buried so far.
I just go here.
Wow.
Drink this, and hand him my flask.
I'm sipping on my whiskey. They've driven me to alcoholism.
We've all
Oh,
got
right,
practice.
Dad.
We've all got
I
practice,
pass
man.
Bran. I pass Bran the pipe, and I'm like, here, this will calm you down.
I think at least one of us should remain somewhat sober for the rest of
I'll
the
take
night.
it.
And what's in that flask? I'd like to insight check that.
I'm not. There's whiskey in my flask. I'm not lying, but I know that I'm not going to pass out taking sips from this. I'm not going to end
now
up.
this isn't. No.
Disappearing out of the
This
room for 5 minutes.
is perfectly legal. Okay. Not what he took at all. All right.
And that
It's-
makes it better.
What? Now hold on.
Absolutely.
You did not tell me that this was illegal.
Yes, I mean, I didn't know that. What?
Alright.
Illegal?
I'm just gonna lead to Thomas and be like, seems like a real gem you guys picked up this time.
Actonus is just gonna nod at her. Like,
Okay, look. Let's have a new rule that if anyone wants to try anything exciting, legal or not, I'm not going to judge you, but I want you to give me a day's notice so that I can
Okay.
prepare relevant spells to fix when you inevitably fuck up.
Yo,
Do we all understand this?
no.
Dutch,
No.
real talk for a second.
Then when
Yeah.
you die,
How
I'll
the
leave you to it.
fuck am I feeling right now after major trip and just like
You-
combination of drugs and just like
You feel tired,
okay.
and your wisdom is currently 4 for the next 24 hours.
What you're saying is he's easily manipulated.
So
into
how am I
agreement.
doing?
How are you doing? You wake up, and like you've all this time, you're able to talk and all that, but once you get up, it's hard for you to move. Your wisdom is also 4,
Great.
What's the negative?
and
That's
Minus 3.
-3.
and every once in a while, like you have these flashes in your mind, whereas, you know, you standing on the wooden floor and like your foot will like just kind of sink in a little bit, and you pull it out, and then you put it back on the floor, almost as if you fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it just your body kind of seems to shift through things, but you don't have to. You don't have control over it. It's just kind of like a. You know, like if you were to put your hand on a table, 99 times your hand will hit the table, and then like the 100th time you like zoof.
Messed up.
Okay.
I mean,
oh my god.
Nicole turned invisible. That sounds like it could have been quite useful.
I know, right?
Do I see at any point that Narong's still phasing through things?
No.
Okay.
Is it like he's actually phasing through stuff, or is it purely
He's
he
actually
feels-
like a weird?
He's phasing through stuff. But
Oh,
that's,
my
just,
God.
Alright.
that's something that he kind of like, you know, doesn't immediately discover, but as he, you know, goes on throughout the evening, you know, going to his bed and all that, that's something he realizes.
He just wakes up and he's underneath his bed.
Look, if I appropriately prepare for things like this, such as dispel curse, dispel magic, when you inevitably fuck up again, I can fix it and make sure you don't spend the night drowning in a pool of your own spit.
I mean,
No, shush.
pretty fucking good.
Shush.
It's pretty.
He makes
I'm not-
he makes a valid point, because that means next time we can do some more fucked up shit, and he'll be here to help us out regardless.
That's a good point.
This isn't a personal. I'm gonna be your babysitter.
Your
while you get high
babysitter,
and
yeah,
shit."
literally. You sit
But
I'm gonna like sidle over to Matthias. Hey, I might have something a little special that we can do too some other time too.
okay, I'm the
Noted.
babysitter for a bunch of drug junkies. Good to know. Anyway,
The alcoholic sitter for a bunch of junkies. Amazing.
Mhm.
What a band of heroes we make, huh?
Next time you do this, can you invite me, please? I'm mildly offended I wasn't. By
Well,
mildly,
Nicole
I'm
was there
very
when we bought
offended.
the stuff, and I spent the evening making fun of Narong, so I feel like I had some amends to make. But okay, I'll count you in.
Thank you.
All right.
I would like to go to bed and sleep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I'm tired.
You all go to sleep, I assume.
How am I feeling? Just chilled out? Just
Yeah,
like big
you're
chill?
all right. Yeah, you're chilling.
Hell yeah, bro.
Eventually, you all make your way to bed. Throughout the night, Narong, you wake up from bonking your head against the wooden floor as you phase through your bed at random times.
It happened.
Nicole?
Yep.
You don't get any sleep.
I'm fucking wired. Oh, I'm so wired.
You wake up and you're tired. Like you like sleep 5 minutes here and there, but for the most part of the night you're wide awake.
Am
You,
I like
the next morning?
Am I like energetically awake or just like
No, you feel tired
that's-
as all hell, but you just can't get sleep. It
at
seems.
some point I'll have to talk to Chromatus, just being like, what the fuck is going on?
How's it going, mate?
what the fuck is going
He kind of just hits you with the. Wasn't very smart, was it?
But it was pretty good. It was pretty...
Right. Good luck with the hangover.
Hang on, I like it's the hangover question mark and like doubt her, nothing there. Just like
Okay, next morning,
Yep.
Narong, you've stopped phasing through things.
Yay.
You take a point of exhaustion because you've also barely had any sleep.
Nice.
Cool. You
Yeah,
also take a point of exhaustion.
shit the bed.
The rest of you wake
If
up
I kill
fine.
them?
Like the rest of you wake up
Hell
fine.
yeah.
Just fine.
How do you do a point of exhaustion on D&D Beyond? Anyone know?
Condition.
Yeah, it's
Conditions.
on
Conditions.
conditions,
Okay, cool.
and then
Just
there's like
Conditions.
yeah.
You can add when you're prone, when you're stunned, all sorts of shit.
I think it's
Yeah,
conditions,
sure,
guys. Yeah. So you two
This is
have a point of exhaustion, which is disadvantage on ability checks for the next 24 hours. Well, you know,
If I
until you go to
kill
sleep.
them
Yes.
and then bring them back to life, would they still be exhausted?
It's not how that works, mate.
Figured I'd ask.
Can I have
This
a
time I'll just
cheeky?
leave
Can
them
I
dead.
finish off the pipe when I wake up?
Yeah, sure.
Wake up, get blazed.
You wake up and there's
Wake
still
and
some
bake.
burning bush left in your pipe, you know?
Have a little.
As you all get the call for breakfast, a platter of different meats and cheeses has been prepared for you. Some bread, some fruits. Right, so we're supposed to arrive in Ladderfall roughly halfway throughout the day, little past noon. So you guys over there, man, are you alright over there? You look a little.
You should have seen him last night. He was turning invisible.
I'm good. Thank you. And instead of doing the cool special of eating, of just that, it's very just like grab slowly and like nibble.
Oh,
Alright.
and I've come down now, and the staff is much shorter and actually looks.
You've
like
attuned to
I'm
it?
surprised walking. So, yeah, I unattuned from my Wrath of the Tempest ring to attune to it.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Is
I'm
she
gonna
attuned
go
so stuff
into
gets
the...
smaller?
anything.
Magical equipment that you attune to become appropriate for your size.
That's amazing.
So it shrank because I'm tiny.
Yeah. It's like a wand.
I'm gonna
now.
go into the kitchen and see if
Uh-huh.
there's any reasonable vegetables of any kind in the pantry.
Some carrots.
I have.
Is
Lots
the first
of
thing you
carrots
see in the
my bag.
pantry.
I brought them from.
Some tomatoes.
Sorry. a
Okay.
rabbit?
I'm gonna spend maybe half an hour making some sort of like a thick stew based on what's in there.
Okay.
If the cook complains at any point, I will just give him money and tell him to buy more supplies.
Nice. He's letting you do your thing.
And then I'm gonna go find Naronk and Nicole with this suspiciously greeny brown colored liquid that I've put a drop of holy water into. And a generous. You know that one vine where she's like 2 shots of vodka?
Is that
I've
religious
done that
like
with
vodka
my,
thing?
with my
Hold up.
whiskey into this sort of vegetable stew
Okay.
soup thing.
Interesting. So you each get a bowl of just this pretty gnarly looking
I'm gonna give it
Uh,
specifically to
to Nicole and Rock. Yeah, I figured that.
Look, this is the sort of thing we would make when we had duties and marches and shit the day after a rough night.
I will
Trust me.
I'll dip a little bit of bread in it
How does it smell?
and eat it. Taste.
Like whiskey.
It smells like whiskey, and you taste it, and it tastes mainly like whiskey. Really, that's the biggest like overtone of tastes, flavors that you taste.
I'm like,
And then you
"Oh,
get some carrot.
Some
what
tomato.
What the fuck is this?
Do you good? And I'll pat him on the back.
And I will immediately put it to one side and just drink some water.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Whiskey.
I'd like to lean over to Trym. Do you make your own tea?
Yeah, I do. I brought lots.
I pull out a small burlap pouch and I pull out a mushroom. Do you think this might have a place in a tea of some kind?
Can I do some sort of like hold the mushroom and look at it to see if it's any? I know it's not. but
Make
any
a make
mushroom I
a make a
recognize?
nature check.
That's a thing that I can do.
I thought
I
you
mean,
were
it's
about
from
to
where
ratatouille
she's
that
from,
shit.
right? So maybe.
That's an 11.
That's not a mushroom you've ever seen before.
I mean, I probably could. I don't know anything about this mushroom, so I don't know if it would taste
I've been
good,
told
if it would have any good properties.
I've been told it can have sedative properties.
Well, I have lots of teas for that. If you just want to try the ones I brought.
Well, that's all well and good, but I really need to know if we can do something interesting with it. The man that gave it to me told me it helped him sleep amazingly at night, but he suffered from a complete absence of dreams, and I'm thinking maybe take like a third of it or something and brew it, and maybe we can evoke something more enjoyable.
I can try.
If you perhaps you'll know
but-
some different herbs or something that would go in there and enhance the experience somewhat, or
sure, but then I get to keep it and
the whole thing.
administer it, and you can try a little bit at a time. I don't know if I really trust strange
Don't
substances after last night.
Say I'll give you half of it, and you can be the overseer of the entire experience. I'll keep the other half just in case it doesn't work out, you know. Because I know for sure that it'll give me a good night's sleep. I just don't know if there's anything else we can do with it.
Okay, I guess.
I would like to take a knife. I would like to cut the mushroom down the middle. How big is it?
Yeah.
Like it's
Like
a
that
pretty
tall,
fat
then how
mushroom.
big is the
It's a pretty fat mushroom. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll cut it down the middle, and I'll give her one half, and I'll put the other half back in the pouch and stow it away in a pocket for now.
Okay.
And I'll help myself to some breakfast.
Okay. Anything you'd wish to do on the few hours you have left before you reach Ladderfall, or?
Yes, when we meet for breakfast, I have something I want to bring up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I actually kind of want to talk to Narunk.
Okay.
And Nicole. I mean, we're all sat at the table together, right? And we all know
Yeah.
what happened last night, so I'll just
Yeah.
bring it up. So obviously, last night was an interesting endeavor. Narok, you were gone for a short while there. Did you see anything interesting? What was going on?
It was like being in like an absence of everything. Like I was there, but like I wasn't there. You know?
Could you move?
Sorta, kinda.
Interesting. And Nicole, you went invisible. I've written this down. I've written this down for our friend in Calzea.
I mean, like, I would say like visible. Like I don't know what happened to me, but like I was on the ship, but like not on the ship, right? It was like different bit, and then like wherever I walked to, suddenly then I'd be on the ship again. So like I went upstairs, and then suddenly I was just like I was there, but like then it went all like ghostly or like
Another realm, you might say?
yeah, a bit like I was like just another version of the ship, but like where I moved in that version of the ship, I was in the actual ship as well. It was kind of weird.
Nicole describing what he saw. It's pretty much the same thing that you saw, only you weren't really able to move and he was. That's like the big key difference here.
You're telling me that through the power of whatever pixie dust, you traveled to a parallel realm and walked around, and I mean, did you see anything? Was there anyone there?
Did I see anything?
You saw ghostly figures of people, what you would assume were people.
I saw like these like figures of people. Did they look like, were they like in the same place as that the rest of my party were?
No,
Or
no,
were
no, no. They were like all
were
over the place and they looked very ghost-like.
I saw like these like ghostly looking things, but I couldn't like interact with them. They're just kind of like there, but like
Souls of the damned.
Say what? now?
Perhaps the souls of the undead crew that you relieved this ship from?
Or maybe
Drama.
there's only one way for you to like find out, isn't there? Really, Matthias.
He does have a point.
I mean, we can all like have shared this like experience together, you know, and you can.
Did
write
you
a
see
better-
Naronk?
Yeah, but did you see me? I fucking just went invisible. Like it's
No,
fine.
But I mean, when you were there,
Oh no,
Was
I
he
don't think
there?
I did.
I don't think we did we?
No,
No.
I didn't see him. I feel like we might be like it's all like.
so it's
brain,
not something we could go through. Okay, interesting. Okay.
But like, if
Um,
you see it, maybe you can write like a better song about. Imagine if first-hand experience is us just telling you about it. How much better that like, story. would
I
be.
think I may need some kind of preparation and perhaps some time with Abberan here to make sure it's a safer time.
No, it'd be. I was perfectly fine.
We
And like
didn't die.
yawn really loud, just tired, just like.
Yeah.
Mm.
They both look fucked to you. Like they look
Yeah,
super tired.
yeah. Okay, I'm doing great.
He looks bad. I'm perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with me.
I feel like I'm actually on him now.
I'm just gonna sit down for a second.
I had something else I want to bring up, anyways. Right.
Go on.
So we never decided on like an official name for the ship, and I think I finally came up with the perfect name
For the ship? Go on.
for the ship. Right? Because the Marrow Compass doesn't really fit us as a group, right? But how does
If you say the best.
freedom sound?
Oh,
No.
freedom.
I fucking prefer the
Bit
ship without
pretentious.
no name or the Matthias.
ship. No name.
I still
But-
don't like that one.
But if you call it that, it's still a name, and then it's a lie.
The spirits of adventure.
I don't like
That's
that
better
one.
than freedom. The spirit of freedom. The freedom of adventure.
Ship
The anti-god
That's good.
squad
I like
ship.
That's
that.
good.
The unnamed freedom.
But if it's the unnamed, then it has a name.
That's still
Freedom
that's
of
still
the
the same
unnamed.
problem.
I mean,
But
we've all
it's
got
still a
names now.
No
Named.
name.
Look, this is the first ship we've ever owned. Let's call it Ship 1.
That's
call
a
it-
terrible
call it
idea.
the
No.
Let's
last
call it
straw.
the ship of freedom. The freedom.
No.
I'm really fond of the freedom of adventure. I have to say.
The freedom of adventure I do like.
I hate
This
all
ship
these
perfectly
ideas.
embodies
Okay.
the freedom of
Okay.
adventure. We can fly, for God's sake.
Let's
It goes
take the
invisible.
opinion of the
True.
people that were here when we got the ship.
Yeah, you don't count.
Hold on now. I think the man does deserve a vote since he is traveling with us.
He's on the ship.
Or we just call it the ship.
All right, that's dumb.
You
as
can
fuck,
call it the
all right?
ship.
That's dumber than all of my ideas.
I know. I think
I
Bessie's
hate
still
that.
your fucking.
Yeah, Bessie was pretty shit.
All right, but even Bessie's better than that.
No, I still think Bessie is shitter than that.
All right, Actown, shut the fuck up. All right.
Bessie
Alright.
sounds like a cow.
Well, I like cows. Tastes good.
Tell you what,
All right, how about Calypso?
Calypso?
Calypso, we release you from your human body. I personally like the word deluge. If we could call it the
Deluge.
deluge.
The deluge of
That's a
freedom.
cool word.
but it's not a.
Deluge of freedom
uh,
sounds like some sort of ejaculatory.
It's
maneuver.
not a sea ship. So why would we name it something water based?
Name it
Yeah.
something air-based because it flies.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Like
The sky
Breathe.
is something.
Like
The
where-
whisper,
Freedom
What about
flies.
Cloud.
what about something with where
not freedom.
Zephyr is a
Cloud
blue
9.
and it means winds.
Lead
Fucking-
Zephyr.
Zephyr's good.
Fucking.
Or the maelstrom.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh,
That's
the
good.
maelstrom is good.
I like that one. There we
I like
go. I think we found
Fucking
one.
causes this cheating motion.
Matthias Malmstrom aboard the maelstrom. I like that. Write that down. Someone needs
Now
to
we gotta find
scratch it
someone
into
to
the
brave
side.
that.
Where's Captain Martin?
You fucking ass.
Aboard the Maelstrom.
All right.
Oh,
That's highly
yeah.
inconsiderate of you to say something like that, given that he's the one in control of this thing, potentially killing us all if it crashes.
Yeah, but also it's
Please
kind
don't
of
upset
funny.
him.
It's not nice to make fun of people who
We're so fucked.
He introduced himself as Martin, so I just assumed that was his. Okay,
No.
I don't think that's inconsiderate.
You're a well-traveled fellow. I never took you for stupid.
Wow, coming from you.
Oh,
At the very least,
shit.
I understand what a stutter is.
Right. Anyway, as you bicker and argue your way through the morning,
Aboard the Maelstrom.
We're
Aboard
on
the
an
Maelstrom.
invisible ship, and at this point, everyone down
Eventually-
below can just hear us shouting at each other.
that's not how invisibility works, mate. Eventually, you hear one of the crew members. Right, we're almost there. We're about to, dock up in Ladderfall, and got some people waiting for you. Apparently,
Oh.
We weren't expecting anyone.
well, it seemed that they were expecting you. So get your things, and we'll be ready to hop off here in like 10 minutes.
Okay, I need to go put my armor on because that takes me 10 minutes.
All right. Well, I'll gather my shit, I guess.
Pack all my stuff into my handy haversack.
All right. So we're gonna go and take a little break.
Woo!
As the Heroes of Exile arrive in Ladderfall, and the ship's being docked, we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how long certain people have to, take. Thanks for hanging out so far. Appreciate y'all. Panda, thanks again for the awesome raid and hosts. Angie, thanks for the follow. CK, thanks for the sub. And the follow. Appreciate you. And we'll see you in 5 to 10 minutes. We are back, I think.
All right, y'all. This ain't funny.
All right, ladies and gents. Welcome back, everybody.
Let's all go to the discotheque.
Okay.
No?
Is there one
Alright.
of those in the Flatlands?
Maybe if you
Good
look hard
question,
enough.
actually.
Fran wouldn't know.
All right. So let's just dive straight in, I guess. The airship's being docked, and Abberan, you see roughly 5 men wearing a set of plate mail, and on that plate mail hangs a tabard, completely black, and then with just one yellow star that you recognize to be the Ladderfall's crest, if you will. And with those 5 men, you see one individual, slightly taller than the rest, brown beard, not too long, but it's definitely like enough to cover his entire face, and short brown hair that you recognize to be Joffrey.
Bad name choice. Already don't like him.
And as you all get off the ship, all right, Abberan, good to see you.
And you as well. I'm going to walk forward and clasp his arm, and it's been a while.
That
How are
has.
things?
Yeah, I wish I had good news, but fortunately, good news is pretty rare these days. You when you sent me the message, I at first I know I didn't really think much of it, but then I realized that I need your help, all of your help, you and your friends. Word has reached our ears about the Heroes of Exile, and that you traveled with them. We have quite a delicate matter to deal with, and I think you lot may be the right people for the job. If you would follow me to my office, we'll get into some more detail about this.
Of course, anything we can do to help.
Can we tell at a glance what sort of like rank this guy is and
you're not super familiar with military ranks, but he definitely looks like he's in charge of the men that are with him. So from that, you judge that as probably a higher ranked individual.
Okay. I just like really study him. Just take a moment.
Okay.
Really take it in, just in case it comes in handy at some point.
Him and his men kind of guide you down. You're on top of the keep right now, the keep of Ladderfall, and he and his men kind of guide you down to his office. And his men stay outside, and he guides you all inside, and he closes the door behind you. Right. I wish we could all meet under better circumstances. It's good to meet. It's good to see that all Abberan here has made some friends along his way since he left us.
I immediately stretch out a hand and say, Captain Matthias Malmström of the Maelstrom.
Right.
He's not the fucking captain.
And he grabs your hand. All right, Captain Matthias Malmström of the Maelstrom.
That's our glorious vessel. We just
Right.
yes.
I'm Joffrey. I'm the captain of the Empress army, the Empire's army, really, in Ladderfall. And with that, I used to be. It's a little. This promotion's a little fresh. I'm now the captain of pretty much the entire army over here in the Flatlands. I lead the charge against the war against the Orcs of the Burning Scar, which is partially why I've requested Abberan's presence here, and I'm glad he brought you all with him.
You said the promotion was fresh. How fresh are we talking about?
A few weeks now.
No,
Congratulations.
Nice to see you doing well for yourself. This is Naronk and Nicole, Actanis and Trym. And Matthias, you've met.
Matthias, but that's fine.
Right, well, Abberan, you remember Fort Relamar, correct? Towards the south.
I do.
Pretty much the first fort you. It's the fort closest to the border with the Burning Scar. Fortunately, Fort Relamar has been taken and is now the Orcs' foothold in the Flatlands. We seem to be on the losing end of this war currently, and unfortunately, with pretty much everyone stationed in Fort Relamar murdered by these savages, there's some quite delicate paperwork stored in Fort Relamar that I need someone to go and secure. This paperwork has the plans for some of our experimental weapons, our more larger siege weapons, and the plans for when the wall was built.
What kind of experimental weapons are we talking about here?
That's on a need-to-know basis, I'm afraid.
Were any of our mutual friends in the casualties?
No, they weren't. Lyra has been stationed here in Ladderfall with me. She's my second in command, really. As far as people I work with go, she's the one I trust most.
I take it time has mellowed her then.
She's mellow when she needs to be, but still brutally savage when we need it the most. She's still very much herself, but she's cleaned up a bit when in the company of, people that aren't like us, I guess.
One day you'll have to tell me how you managed that.
What was her name?
Lyra.
And Fort Relamar is where we're going.
Yes.
If you were to accept, then yes.
If I know the Heroes of Exile, which in my brief travels with them, I would like to know that I've become quite well acquainted. I would say that they're up to the challenge, and whoever's either side of me, I give them an elbow.
We do need to.
Unless it's Trym, because I would just hit her in the side of the head, so it's probably not a good idea.
I was like, I hope it's not me.
Right, so we're not sure how they managed to, first of all, sneak through the wall to get to Fort Relamar, and then were able to take over Fort Relamar. As far as we know, everyone stationed there is dead. We've sent some scouts, and the Orcs that have taken over are far larger and seem a lot stronger than any of the other Orcs we faced, and they're led by some creature, bluish, flies.
Ugh.
And
And we know.
do you know?
Well acquainted. On a first name basis.
We do. Oh, I remember him.
Right, well, that's good then. But we are afraid that if these plans within Fort Relamar fall into their hands, it seems that we're dealing with more than just normal orcs, creatures that are a little smarter, and we're afraid that one of those smarter individuals gets their hands on these plans, they'll be able to pretty much take down the entire wall, protecting the Flatlands from the Burning Scar. the entire southern border and find a way to deal with our weaponry as well, which would turn this into a battle we cannot win.
Thousands of people.
So are
would
these
die.
plans like locked in a safe or something?
Well, there's a statue in Fort Ralamar of the first, the founder of the fort, I guess, the man who was in charge of the people that built the fort. And underneath that statue is a hidden chamber where we kept all of our most precious belongings. Rand, you still have that coin, right?
I do.
Good. That coin is how you open passage to the underground chamber. It's a reason only people we trusted were given them.
Why was I not told of this when I received the coin?
Because that information was on a need-to-know basis, and now you need to know.
Obviously.
Seems to be a common theme.
Is there a certain way we need to use his coin to get in there?
There's a slot on the base of the statue that seems to be able to fit where the coin will be able to fit in, and when it does, it'll open up a passageway to this chamber. There's one downside to the story, is that the statue is located in the middle of the fortress. So there's going to be orcs all around, and this whatever else the creature is that leads them. So you're going to have to deal with them first, fortunately.
Now, would you suggest a stealthier approach to this, or is it a case of you want us to rid this fort completely of orcs?
If you can manage to get in there, they won't. If you can make your approach to the fortress stealthy, and as soon as you get there, wreak havoc, that's all fine and dandy by me. The reason I want you to do it is because we've already lost a lot of men, and if I send an army to their gates, they'll be able to prepare for a battle. If the attack happens suddenly, you may be able to thin the ranks a little bit for us to then proceed on an attack. But our main priority right now is to secure those documents, and once you've brought them back, and potentially maybe you've gotten rid of the one that leads them as well in the process, we'll be able to then send an army that way and try and retake the fortress while the numbers are down and, you know, the one in charge has been taken care of.
These documents are obviously of incredible military importance, but what of their monetary value?
I'm going to elbow Matthias in the ribs.
If you were to find a document and sell them, and I were to find out...
To yourself, of course.
Uh-huh. If
This
these
is a
documents fall into
task of
anyone
great
else's
undertaking.
hands besides us, you'll all be labeled as deserters and traitors to the Empire.
You misunderstand. I'm simply asking, how
To
much
get
are you going to
paid.
pay
Get
us?
payment for our services, basically. Is what he's saying.
There's a reward if you were to, you know, succeed in aiding us in this manner.
Don't encourage this behavior.
There is a
Shut
reward.
Failure
up.
is not an option.
Average
Failure
at
is not
that.
even a possibility.
There is a reward. We've all we've set aside some money. Roughly 600 gold pieces.
Okay.
So, if that's your motivator, so be it. But we need your help.
Of course. I wouldn't strictly say it's the motivator, but of course, you know, we're putting our lives at risk here and
So do we every
using
day.
our own supplies, and that's worth money. You pay your army, don't you?
We also have
You
a
know?
crew we have to pay for as well, so you know.
That's
That's
true.
true.
But that's not my concern, is it?
We also have enough money
It's
right
becoming
now.
your
This isn't
concern.
necessarily a problem. We're
Well,
doing this. Well, I'm
We're going to be
doing this.
hiring a bigger following around us, Abberan. We're going to need a little more funds.
No, this is your friend Abberan. You don't know this. Like, we should get paid.
I mean, no, I think any time before we haven't. We're doing this for Bran, guys. We're not doing this for some beneficial game. We're to help the Empire,
You
we're to help
never
Bran
asked
out.
me to pay.
He
you,
already
you
told
to
us he
help
set the money.
forest.
He set the money aside himself.
There is
for
money-
this very task.
To aid you, to serve as an extra motivator, correct? But at the end of the day, you'll be doing the Empire a great service and making sure that the savage orcs from the Burning Scar won't completely take over the Flatlands and potentially with that take over the rest of the Empire one province at a time.
Okay, fine.
And that in itself is worth no amount of gold. I mean, really, think about it. So it's 500 to 600 gold. That's a bargain.
Stop talking.
When would you like us to depart? Do we have a main plan, or is it just
As soon as possible, really.
Do you have any blueprints of the building or something like that? Or maybe like a layout for us?
Like a map.
Unfortunately not.
I know the.
But
fairly
Abberan
well.
should know
Or any secret tunnels we should
the lay
know
of the
about?
land.
I'll pat kind of Abberan on the shoulder and just be like, looks like you're taking the lead on this one, mate.
You guys
Abberan's
have like any treasuries we should grab and bring back with us?
Fort Relamar wasn't really a place where we stashed valuables. Fort Relamar was the place where we made most of our war plans, which is why most of the valuables in there are documents, paperwork, and whatnot.
And the
I
armory at
figured I
this
would
point's
ask.
probably been hammered out into whatever orcish
Yeah.
mishmash they make.
It's just it's probably turned into just a giant orcish stronghold now, really. Our walls, as you know, Abberan, Flatlands, is the most advanced when it comes to fortifying building structures, so they now rest easy between walls we made. Which is why not only is this bad for the Empire, but it's also a personal insult to the Flatlands to see those savages hide within our borders, within our walls, really.
Puts a lot of people at risk.
And
Something
that
that we
too.
should deal with.
What kind of armaments do you guys have on the walls of the fort itself?
Some ballistas and some it's a bit experimental, but we have some explosives there as well. Stashed in one of the towers of the fort, if it's not already taken by the orcs. Try, if you could reach there you might be able to use them to your advantage.
All right. What part of the fort was that in? Like direction wise?
Southeast, roughly half a day's march. It's relatively close to us, unfortunately, which is why we need this dealt with sooner rather than later.
All right.
DM,
Hi.
do I know of any entrances other than the main gate? Have I at any point snuck out with Lyra?
Make a history check.
6.
You know of the main gates that lie to the northern side of the fortress. And that's really all. That's the only entryway you used in your time there.
Okay.
About how far do ballista shoot and your other experimental weapons?
A couple 100 feet, really?
Have I ever seen an orc use a ballista?
No.
I quite frankly don't think ballistas are going to be a problem. The day I see an orc shoot a ballista without taking their own
say
armor.
these ones were smarter than
These orcs are not to be underestimated, Bran. These
Do Naronk and Nicole still look absolutely shattered?
yeah, they're fucking exhausted, mate. Yeah, they're not having a great time.
I think first thing tomorrow we should maybe say, or maybe we march towards the fort tonight and rest up. Make sure we're fresh and ready for a fight the next day, perhaps.
I think it would be. What time of day is it right now, Dutch?
A little past noon.
I think it would be safer to rest here. What do I know of the layout of the land around the fort? Is it? I mean, it's the Flatlands. But
It's just
is the fort
very
itself flat?
Yeah, it's there's not really any hills nearby. It's just a flat piece of land, really.
The land around the fort itself is incredibly exposed. I think it would be best if we rested and headed out when it was dark.
Okay.
I think that's our best chance of reaching the main gates.
I mean, whatever you think's best, Brad.
Can I have that again, please?
Hmm?
What'd you say?
think-
All I heard was.
I think Naruto's wanting a nap.
Hello? Are you guys okay?
Yeah, what just happened?
What is happening right
Soko
now?
really hit us with like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kept yawning every time I tried to talk.
Okay.
Like I said, I think he just needed a nap.
I think.
Joffrey, is there anywhere available where we can rest? I can prepare my spells, that sort of thing.
I can arrange some rooms for you and the prancing unicorn here.
I think it would be.
Oh, the
smart.
prancing
The
unicorn.
prancing unicorn. Okay.
It's the one tavern we have in Ladderfall.
Is it named after Abberan?
Absolutely.
No. No, it's not.
Tavern stood
they
there
have
a
an
lot
actual
longer than I
unicorn
have.
there?
Does your ship have an actual maelstrom?
I mean, we are the Maelstrom.
That's why it's named that.
There is not a unicorn. The alcohol is satisfactory.
It'll do. It's not the best. It's not the worst, you know.
The food is edible.
Oh, and don't mind the barkeep. She's a bit extravagant, as Abberan will surely remember.
Oh, great. Then she'll get along with Matthias real well.
Really
Nice to
well.
see that
Just,
things haven't changed.
Keep an eye on your wallets while you're there, you know.
I would very much suggest that any valuables you have other than the alcohol you intend to spend is put into the.
Just keep it on the ship, really. That's on your
Yeah,
guard,
Have a
right?
stronghold
Put it
full
in.
of cut purses, do you, Captain?
No, but it will make more sense once you meet her. Trust me.
Just.
What? Good to know.
I've drunk at this place lots of times. If you
Yeah.
intend to get shit faced, how much do you expect to spend?
Couple gold pieces. It's not expensive at all.
Bring a handful of gold. Just put the rest back in the ship for now.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan. I shall do the same. I'll bring 10 gold.
Right.
We'll go crazy.
Just come to me tomorrow morning before you leave, and yeah. Bran, could I have a word with you in private before you all disperse into the town?
Yeah, sure. Just as a initial thought, it might be very early in the morning when we leave, or
All right.
very late. We intend to use the cover of night.
Smart. Fair enough. Just Alright, well, in that case, just leave a message by one of the guards at the gate, and he'll pass it on to me whenever his shift ends.
Will do.
Just so that I know that you're, on your way.
Nicole, if I give you my my bag and my coin purse, can you store this somewhere on the ship for me?
Yeah, no problem. I can do that for you, and I'll store it with like near my stuff.
I'm gonna give him my coin purse apart from about 10 gold. and I'll keep my weapons, my shield, all that stuff. But my backpack, and I'll hand that over.
Yeah. I'll pop it in the airship.
Alright, so you all leave. Abberan, you stay behind. Like everyone to mute for a quick sec.
It's time to talk to Brand's father figure. Smile.
Before Lyra's not in town right now. She yeah, well, I don't know. She's not reported in 2 days ago, and I haven't seen her since. I'm getting a bit worried. So I thought you should know.
I mean,
after you're done with this matter, which unfortunately is more important, I'd like to have a talk with you and your friends regarding this and see if we can track her down.
I hate to be the person to say, but it's not entirely uncommon for her, though, is it?
I know,
to appear.
but since she's been my second in command, she's not behaved like this.
I tell you what, before I set out, my magics have improved somewhat, so let me try something.
Alright.
And I'm going to sit with Joffrey and cast Sending to Lyra.
Okay.
Lyra, I'm with Joffrey currently. You missed your reporting window. Are you safe? Is everything going okay? Where are you? Let me know whatever happens.
Okay. You don't get a reply?
Well, that's disheartening. No reply.
Right. So, just take care of this business for me, and then we'll, I don't know. I'm worried, and since the three of us were pretty close back in the day, I figured it's only right that you were informed.
How long has it been since you spoke to her?
Few days.
You don't think it's because she knew that I was coming?
I didn't tell anyone.
I did.
Ah. Well, I don't know. But regardless or not, she's more professional than that, and at least would give me a heads up that she was gonna skip town for a little while. So I don't want to assume things, and then in a few weeks she ends up being dead. I want to make sure that we're thorough, and I'm worried. I think you should too, as maybe not for you anymore, but she's a great dear friend to me, and I want to make sure that she's safe.
It's not that she's not my friend. You both know that I care about you dearly. I didn't feel that I could face myself based on what happened before.
It's been years, Bran. It's time to move on.
Yeah, well, there's only three of us that can move on. It's the way things happen.
I know. And unlike you, I don't think we should sit around sulking for the rest of our days. It's done is done.
I'll give him a nod and step outside. See if
Okay.
the others are back yet.
All right.
I hate you so much, Dutch.
Oh, look at
Gamer
look at that.
time.
There's only one that was paying attention because the rest of them are just a bunch of idiots.
Can we agree that whoever's last has to buy the drinks whenever we have a
Man,
meetup
they are
next?
taking their time
They
up.
are taking their fucking time,
Right.
dude. Holy shit.
Oh my god,
Oh,
Quinn
boy.
wasn't last.
I wasn't fucking.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really
Soko.
taking their time, dude. Like, really
Let's
taking their
look at-
time.
look at the Discord.
Laura,
Laura
looked
just
at,
looked
looked
up.
at her screen. Jesus
Laura's last.
Christ.
Alright,
looking
well,
at Discord, I'm
Trym's
sorry.
fallen asleep on the ship.
Holy crap, dude. Can someone, like, at Laura 1,000 times?
His
She
chums.
made it. She made it. Woo.
Hello.
Laura's buying the drinks.
Right. As you step out of Joffrey's office, the rest of you guys are done putting your belongings on the ship, ready to spend the day in Ladderfall.
Nicole, can
Spend the day.
I have a word with you while we walk?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Gonna slow. No, I'm gonna walk fairly fast, so the others can keep up, but so that me and Nicole are a bit ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and just in case it comes up later before I do that, so Dutch knows, Trym has added to her outfit while she's in the forest, there's like hidden sewn in pockets inside like her tunic, and that's where the diamonds are. So they're not in
She
her
did it
purse where their
smart.
coin would be.
Okay.
After hearing what they said about where we're going. So I-
Bran's are still around his neck, so.
Alright.
Nicole, you remember we spoke vaguely about Lyra and Joffrey?
Yeah.
Well, Lyra hasn't reported in when she was supposed to. Hasn't replied to the message I cast a few months ago. And I'm not entirely sure if she's in some way unsafe, or if she simply decided to not be here because I am.
Where was she last seen? Do we know?
I don't know. Joffrey wants to discuss it when we've dealt with this, because as much as it pains me, this is the more important of the tasks.
I mean, it is, but what happens if it's like too late? You know. Like, I guess
And
we've
if we
gotta
if we
think-
don't deal with this, we're delaying everyone's deaths.
Right, you are.
Just
Hopefully, it's everything's alright. She'll be fine.
yeah, I trust you. And I will lead everyone to pub.
To
Off
pub.
to pub.
Off to pub.
Alright. Abberan
stuff.
guides you through Ladderfall, a town that he is all too familiar with, and guides you to the Prancing Unicorn, a tavern that seems to be made out of what once was just a residential home, just someone's home, and turned into a tavern on the side, and it kind of took off from there. Once you head inside, you look around, and there's quite some people in the tavern.
Do we recognize any of them?
We'll get to that. There's roughly 15 tables spread around the entire tavern floor. Most tables, all but 2, are taken by patrons. And behind the bar, you see a relatively short woman, long black hair, and what seems like kind of a scar across the bridge of her nose, and a small nose piercing.
A short human or like a dwarf?
Looks human enough, but there's something.
She cute though?
It's alright. So you look around. There's only 2 tables still unoccupied, and you're probably gonna have to shove them together to fit all of you.
I like stride up to the bar with probably a little too much enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
Barkeep,
You right, love?
I've been informed you're somewhat of an extravagant type. I'm curious.
Depends.
How
Who's
does the
asking?
interior of the bar look? Just standard tavern fare?
Yeah,
like-
pretty standard tavern fare. Yeah, not really anything too exciting.
What if I told you that, given a little bit of gold, or perhaps free drinks for myself and my fellows for the night, I could transform your tavern into something beyond your wildest dreams for the next,
Is that so?
well, until myself and my friends depart.
All right. Sure. Why not?
Describe to me in detail, if you would, your dream tavern.
Man, I don't know really. Something fancy, you know, proper fancy. Something, you know, maybe some marble floors and make the bar a lot bigger and all the tables.
Fountain, perhaps.
Oh, that's I wouldn't really say that's tavern like, but sure, why not?
Chandelier, maybe.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, I want it all.
I just need to go. I need to go fetch my friend. If you just wait here, and he'll be in shortly. And I would like
Right.
to just hastily stride out of the bar for a
Okay.
few minutes.
Anyone know where he's going?
I don't really care.
At this time, someone walks up to your table who looks exactly like the one behind the bar. Same exact facial features, long black hair, same
Yo,
red,
hold up,
same
twins? Hold
same
up.
red tunic. Right then, so are you with the guy that just went out that promised he would do something to the tavern in exchange for free drinks?
Well, I mean, I suppose.
Unfortunately.
Right then, so what'll be?
Just water here.
All right,
Firewater, please.
that's more like it.
This is in the hope that DM permits. I use hallucinatory terrain.
I know,
inside
I know.
Tavern.
What do I know that they serve here? Because I wouldn't need to ask.
Very basic tavern stuff.
Let's just have a round of ale and a round of shots.
I mean, minus one, I'll just have water as well.
Oh, you are
Um,
a dull bunch, aren't you?
Oh,
Actually,
Come on.
I have a request. Can I get is there a pillow or a cushion or something I could sit on?
You'd like to see past the table, is that it, love?
Yeah.
Sure. We have you know, when kids are in eating some food with their families, we have like a little platform that we use to kind of raise them up a bit. We'll fetch one for you.
It's a booster seat.
Tyler just like narrow eyes, but then look down, like annoyed, being equated to child. But yeah, I do need that. So.
I hate you, but please.
Oh
Um,
my god.
While
Usually
she's
we'll,
getting
like,
that,
Look around the tavern, see if I see any thieves' cant anywhere.
Right, so round of ale, round of shots, and I'll just get a pitcher of water and put it on the table as well for those that are a little more boring than the rest of yous. And one little platform. Got on the way. She skips away from your table. You want to look around for some thieves' cant?
Yeah.
Uh,
Survey.
does
make a
that.
perception check.
Can I see if I recognize anyone here? Is it still a mostly military sort of drinking establishment?
You what's your roll? Wrong?
Disadvantage. It's not bad, but
Is it still
drink 20.
24? Wait, is it still 24 hours where
Yeah,
his
yeah.
wisdom is down to 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because of okay. Just check.
Wisdom down to 4 and.
Oh wait,
it's a
oh
negative
shit.
advantage.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's -3, right?
Yep.
-3.
Yeah.
13.
As far as you can tell, there's no thieves' cant markings or scratchings anywhere. Abberan, you look around and there's definitely mostly still military people that are off duty. You see some families having lunch with their children. This is definitely the place you go to during the day to get some food or maybe some light
It's the spoons.
beverages. But at night,
It's the local
at
spoons.
night, it turns into more of a drink your sorrows away kind of establishment.
Okay.
Is it spoons?
Yeah. Do I recognize anyone in particular?
Make a perception check.
Bad. The answer is no.
Nope.
Perception 9.
Nope.
Okay, that's fine. As long as my parents aren't sat here, that just sprays us.
No.
I would
Imagine
like
the drama.
to shapeshift.
I'd
Please.
like to shapeshift. Doesn't have the
Do it.
same ring to it.
I would like to shapeshift to Brutus
Okay.
and transform my clothes into, I don't know, something almost like royalty, a big cloak with
Okay.
a big red cloak with fur lining it, and a tabard of a red, deep red, and I don't know, some nice shoes or something.
You covering your
And I will-
face?
No.
Okay, so you walk in.
Okay.
What do your allies see walk into the bar at this point? Without knowing that it's you, just what do they see walking in?
An Earth Ganassi, or Janassi, or however you'd like to say it. Standing, 5'11", 5'10", nothing exceptional, just pretty standard build. High cheekbones, quite bright blue eyes, and a strong jawline. That's really it. That really stands
Okay.
out. I mean, he looks great. He's dressed real fancy, and he strides up to the bar.
At this point, like pretty much the entire bar is looking at you. They're not used to people that look the way you do and are dressed the way you're dressed.
Now,
walk in here.
ladies and gentlemen of the bar. My name is Brutus, and I have come to do some interior decorating for the barkeep. On account of free drinks for my friends here. So if you would please have patience, I will take 10 minutes and I will sit down. And the very bar will change before your eyes.
I just
And
whispered to Octanus, are we his friends? Because he said friends here, gesture to us.
And I will take a drum from my bag. And I will start playing the drum in a slow and rhythmic, but not loud, just like a gentle kind of rhythmic pattering in the background, a nice little 6/8 rhythm. And I really concentrate and I close my eyes and I'm sat cross-legged with the drum in my lap, and slowly over the course of 10 minutes, the bar will slowly change and the illusion will start to form that I suppose everyone except Trym would be quite familiar with, of the same sort of extravagant bar that they first walked into when they met Matthias.
Once you finish up, most of the people that are sat around just applaud, and the innkeep also, like a small, like slow clap while looking at you. Right, get over here.
I'll approach the bar.
Out of curiosity, do you do anything else besides looks like someone different and make other things look like something different, or?
I'm a man of many talents. I appreciate. I'm truly humbled by your praise.
Oh yeah, but you were drumming, right? You
Yes, of course.
Can you play us a little lick of music tonight?
Well, unless you want to just hear drumming, I would recommend one of my companions.
Fair enough, mate. How many other companions do you have up your sleeve?
There are 3 others, 4 including myself.
Alright, well, yeah, you and your mates figure something out, and I'll keep the drinks flowing, yeah? How's that sound?
Of course, I would be obliged. And I will walk back out of the bar.
Is this like a Batman Bruce Wayne thing? We're just noticing that
Pretty
as all
much,
these people
yeah.
come in, Are we starting to piece it out as like the third person comes in now?
No, Matthias or turn. Acting as if
Nothing happened.
nothing happened.
Bro, your camera is majorly behind right now.
I know. I'm.
As Matthias sits down with his friends, not one but two identical copies of the barkeep that's still behind the bar come to serve you drinks. Right, if you need anything else, just give any of us a shout, really.
How many of you are there?
6.
Are you all like?
And you're all identical?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Interesting.
What?
What's your name? Do you? Sorry, not your name. Names. My mistake.
Oh, well, listen, you misunderstand. We're not, like, you know, what was that, sextuplets, I guess that would be? We're all the same person. The one behind the bar is the real one, and we're all just kind of, you know, duplicates of her to make her work around here a little easier.
Are you corporeal? Material?
She, like, puts her hand
Scary phrase.
on your head and kind of, like, goes through your hair. That feel corporeal to you?
6.
6.
I think that's gonna give mother feelings too.
6, Narok.
You can call
Alright.
me. You can call me Vanessa. You can call any of us Vanessa, really.
I'm not.
6.
6, yes.
Do I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
there
we'll
always
buy
being
one.
6 of them?
You remember that at the time, kind of like around when you left. There weren't 6, but there were multiple copies, and you'd always assume that they were, in fact, like twins or triplets.
But now I can notice like that they all have the same scar and.
And the fact that she just told you literally.
I put my hand on Narok's shoulder and give him a knowing look and say, 6.
Right. If you guys need anything
hell
else,
is
just
that
let me know, right?
We will, thank you.
And they each go into a different direction to like help another table.
All right. What's this about 6?
6. Just never. Don't worry about it, my friend.
Are you talking about the number of times you've been touched by a woman, or what?
I believe he's counting the number you could
Right.
disappoint tonight.
Right, ballpark.
All right. So your drinks are there. What do you guys do?
Gonna drink
Drink.
some water
Drink.
and
I'm gonna
feel
take some of the shot.
hydrated.
Nice.
Refreshed a little bit.
That's as far as you can feel refreshed at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna feel hydrated. Making sure it's good to.
I'm very slowly sipping on one of the ales and trying not to spill it because it's very big.
All right. When the drinks arrived, she also provided you with a little booster, so you can sit and actually be above the table.
Are there any rules regarding smoking or in the tavern? Do we have to take that outside? Or?
You don't see anyone around you smoke. There's no ashtrays on the tables. So, you know, make that judgment call yourself.
Could we get an ashtray?
We don't smoke in here. You gotta go outside. There's a little like dedicated area for you to, you know.
Right, you are very
Where the
forward
spoons?
thinking.
I love it.
In
I'll
that
believe
case,
you.
I'll just have some strong wine.
You said it was about noon when we arrived.
Mm.
Should
Yeah.
we
Like a little past noon, like 1 p.m. ish.
should we get some food as well while we're here?
Yeah, why not?
Might as
Better than
well, I guess.
rations.
Did you see my friend, by the way, earlier? He came in. I've
Yeah.
been looking for. I've been
Yeah,
looking for him for
he-
weeks.
He said that we were his friends, but we've never met him. He seemed odd.
Guilty by association, I suppose. You know.
How'd
Sure,
he
he's
get-
heard all about you.
How'd he get here? Did you tell him we were coming here? Cause why didn't you just have him travel on the ship with us?
He stowed away.
He's stowed away.
All right. I may not be the
Bro.
smartest mage in the tower, but
Man's got 4 wisdom right now.
Let's go. I mean, it's alright.
Intelligence and wisdom are
So-
separate
I
things.
know, I know.
Yeah.
Smartest
I may
mage
not
in
be
the
the smartest
tower.
mage in the tower, all right. But there was definitely no stowaway on the ship.
Did you go looking for
Nah.
him?
No, but Bob
Did it-
Bob explored the ship pretty thoroughly, and I talked to him every night, and he didn't mention anyone else.
Okay.
Touch, Matthias,
Now,
has
we did have that conversation about honesty, right?
Matthias has mentioned to us that he's fucking all the members of his troop, bro. Like, he said that
Not
the
to all
group
of us, no.
I think just
He's mentioned that
when we
all
first-
these-
I mentioned it in passing in like the most
yeah, like-
insincere, tongue-in-cheek way
must say,
possible.
like-
no,
A
he's,
lot of
he's
opportunities.
specifically mentioned that the other members of his troop are an act that he does
Yeah.
with masks and the armor that he wears.
Am I able, with the fact it was a drum, and he mentions that he had a drummer persona, and the first time he met him, put together that it's just him?
Make an intelligence check with disadvantage because of your exhaustion.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Get
sleepy boys.
Okay. Okay. That's a 9.
Oh,
Ouch.
Fuck. I mean, the other one was in 15. I don't know. Fuck.
I mean, at the end, Naronk, although it very tired and that entire experience is very unnerving, literally saw me turn into Naronk. I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, I hadn't seen turn into, but I knew it was you. I've also fucking seen you turn into a
that's. I mean, yeah. And obviously, when we went to the bookstore, I did some. I don't know. I
Yeah.
did some dumb shit.
So me, Nicole, and Ronk know that you can change your form.
Yeah, to some
The
extent.
other two
To
don't.
some extent, yeah.
Yeah.
Just, we know he's full of shit, but none of us can fucking prove it, and I hate this. I hate it so much. I hate. No, just-
one of these days. I'm kidding.
I
he's
mean,
gonna roll, he's gonna roll 2 nat ones at some point, boys.
I rolled a 2 and a 3, right? Naronk almost cracked the case. He knew I was lying
Yeah.
about something.
We're there. We're so close.
Dutch question.
Hi.
As an Iran, changelings are not common, correct? Like they're very rare.
Make an intelligence check with disadvantage.
Because you're dumb.
Why are the 2 people who can't fucking do anything just do
Does
it?
a 0 count?
Oh,
Is that really what you rolled? Nice. Nice, dude.
No,
Nice.
whatever. Minus 1 to my intelligence.
You're beginning to doubt you even know what a changeling is anymore.
Did those even exist? Am I making this up?
Was he just a really talented mage?
I mean, yeah,
Rock's
there's a lot of
having, like, an
magic
anxiety
and
attack in his
items
head
that
right
can
now.
change one's appearance, you know?
So the whole drum thing is something you do to entertain and not. I guess what I'm trying to get at is you mentioned multiple personas.
Mm, yes, there's a number of acts, yes.
Why? As a novelty or?
Yes, pretty much. I mean, it's quite novel, wouldn't you say?
I mean,
Sure.
a band that don't play together is definitely interesting. I'll give you that much.
When you put it that way, yes. That's but each artist is their own artist. You know,
A band of solo acts.
they could not exactly. You know, we could not possibly perform together. We would
So
have
every
we would have artistic differences. We'd clash creatively. They're all different inclinations and
But they're you.
motivations.
Right?
Sure, but that's part of the novelty, of course.
That's
Like you
why.
said,
That's
Oh,
why
I
we
couldn't. We
work
couldn't
together.
possibly play
I see.
together.
Their personalities,
Yeah, sure.
they
yes.
would clash. That's how you explain it to idiots.
I'm just looking like more and more annoyed, and then like arms crossed and just like eyes narrowing, not saying anything. Matthias does this.
Norok's just having his
No.
own anxiety attack in his head.
My last experience with the changeling was very triggering. So I'm inherently distrustful of people that can change their identity.
So would you say
She
then
steps
that
out of her forest for one day.
we brought someone that she hates? So would you say then that, in theory, every gig you perform is a festival of some kind?
Maybe in a way. I mean, they're all equally a
Ugh.
celebration of music and the many
Do you
art
ever-
forms.
Do you ever take separate bookings? Like, do you get requests for
Yeah,
one
yeah,
such persona?
yeah. Of
Would
course.
they then be annoyed if you arrived in the wrong persona? How do you
Well,
keep track of all that?
only Brutus can set the stage. You know, so regardless of who's performing, in particular, whether they like poetry or, you know, a comforting melody or drums, you know, Brutus is always going to come out and set the stage however he sees, or however they see fit, I suppose. You know, the barkeep
So who
or
does the poetry then?
Fedoin dabbles in poetry. He plays the lute as well, but he's
But
and-
these are all things that you can do, and you just choose to put on different faces for.
that not so much. It's more like a compulsion.
Kind of like a split
I'm-
personality kind of thing.
That might be something worth leading with when you introduce yourself to people that you intend to stay with for a while.
I think
Mm.
it,
I just pipe up.
Mm.
What would you do if someone fell in love with only one of the personas? Do you just live as them for the rest of your life? There go the other 3, 4,
Do the
50,
true mates
whatever.
betray
She makes
that
a good
one
point.
man?
Do they have separate dating lives? Do you see different people as different personas?
If so, that's
Or
genius.
are they all with the same woman?
Spice it up. You roll the
I
dice,
think
figure out
I
which
think
person
in
you're going to be in next.
in the name of romance, perhaps Narok was on the right path there. I think, in a way, they're all fractions of a whole, rather than wholes themselves.
So you're looking for a man, woman, or
You
otherwise.
say I'm looking for anyone.
That's
But-
quite an assumption, Abberan. Gee, wow.
I
You
mean,
would
he said
be
he does swing
receptive
that way.
to someone who would fall in love with. What if they love 3 of you, but not the 4?
Technically, there are 5. I suppose the 5th
Wait,
is the
hold
most
on.
important.
Who's the 5th?
I'll shapeshift to Gen,
Okay.
which, you know, slowly my skin turns a pallid grey
Mm-mm.
and my eyes glaze over slightly. They're still blue, a hue of blue, but they're more just white. They're not really defined.
At this
My
point,
face,
at this
some
point,
kind of Go on.
Is this like the base changeling? That you
you recognize this to resemble what Rick's looked like when you found him in the
so
forest.
I like pushed my chair back a little bit.
Well,
and just, like,
yeah, you can see that I'm the same race.
yeah.
Ricks, yeah.
Not
But
to
the
be
high cheekbones and the bluish eyes and the
Yeah.
sharp jawline remain as a changeling I become.
I'll
Not-
be entirely honest. We've had not the best relations with a changeling previously.
Yeah, not to be racist or anything, but are you gonna
But changelings?
are you gonna like betray
No.
us? Are you gonna try and like betray us and feed us to a dragon or some shit? Because
that happened.
Do you have a dragon as a pet?
please say no.
Look,
I'd like to shapeshift back to Matthias and just hit him with the no.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's unreasonable to make assumptions based on somebody's race.
Yeah, that's racism,
I-
Abberan.
It's a bit racist, yeah.
Your prejudices are entirely forgiven. My
Thank
father
you.
was a spy.
No.
It's
Who?
I mean, it's a pretty good way to spy.
Was
Would you not
his
agree? I
name
mean, I could be
for
anyone.
an important
who?
question.
No.
Okay.
At the very base of it, all of us, as far as I can assume, have been exposed to some sort of prejudice at some point.
Who does your father work for?
Absolutely.
There you go.
You're the
Absolutely
obvious
true.
case. You literally walk around looking like something from the Nine Hells. You're gonna get a bad reception in some places.
I also like look at the ground
I
and
sh-
kind of kick my
Oh!
feet on my chair and look a little bit guilty when he says we've all experienced prejudice.
I'll shapeshift to Larethnon, the tiefling, quickly.
What color tiefling are you again? Red?
Red, yeah.
Oh.
Basic bitch. And I'll gesture to Actanus and say, that's why maybe you don't see this form of me too often. It's hard in public.
That's
The
better enough.
looks. On the judgment, it's not nice.
Can I look
But-
around at the bar? Is anyone else like staring now that he's gone through a
Couple
bunch
of tables are like looking your way, like
If I notice any
man.
of them, I'm just gonna glare back at them
Matthias.
with, like glowing eyes.
as soon as you glare back, they just like
I mean, the bar looks lit, so, you know,
No.
most people are enjoying that.
Matthias, who does your father work for?
I'll shapeshift into Brutus.
yeah.
My, Gen's father. Gen's father worked for Brutus Magni, who was king of the Fairborough Kingdom.
Oh, that's
So wait, are you just walking around with some random king's face on your own face? Like this is some normal shit?
Brutus looked different. Brutus was a human man,
Oh, okay.
but I feel that in this form I best embody the steadfast nature of the late King Brutus, and in a way honor him. This is an homage, if you would,
He's
'Cause
dead
it-
now?
indeed.
So, we've seen that you're not limited to those four. Can you do anyone?
All right. We don't need to go
Yes.
through anything else that he can do.
That's uncomfortable at best. I would please request that you don't imitate anyone in the group or our immediate friends.
Oh my
or
god,
otherwise.
please. I'm just gonna shapeshift to Captain Joffrey. And I'm gonna whisper the command word to my armor to make it appear as plate mail and chain and the tabard, whatever Captain Joffrey was wearing.
This has some wonderful applications. I'm very excited about this. Especially if you don't try and feed us to a dragon like fucking Rix did, because that was shit.
I will break your very pretty little magic armor if you don't stop.
Please don't stop.
Wow,
It's
Brandon, you
all
sound
in
so
good fun,
intimidating.
Abberan.
Clicking my boots.
literally an angel and a devil on your shoulders right now. Stop it. Keep going.
It's all in good fun, although it can have its uses.
Yes, but I would prefer that those uses not be people that I'm particularly close to.
I
hope you're shining your
absolutely
boots,
disagree.
Aberan. I hope you're polishing your armor.
I just look down and I'm still in like my Xavier's plate mail, which is like soot stained.
Oh boy.
You better
Okay.
give him a bad inspection grade on that one.
Mm.
Game's up, game's up. I'll transform back to Matthias, okay?
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, Narok, this armor doesn't come clean.
Ain't that a shame?
I
Right.
mean, for as long as we've known one another, which probably isn't very long now, I've stuck mostly to this human form. I think the one that's most palatable, for want of a better term. I don't intend to deceive. It's part of who I am.
So they're
Going out,
all-
portraying myself as others who are not a fraction of me is a little more taxing and a little less entertaining. But within the 4 personas that I wear most often is really how I divide myself most of the time.
So, Gen, did you say?
Again,
Gen
yes.
is you, but Brutus, Matthias, and the Tiefling are all also you.
And the elf. Don't forget the elf.
I've not met the elf.
You did,
Did
but I
I?
don't think you caught on. Yeah. We killed the dragon. He kept you alive. The lot of you.
Wait, really?
Didn't notice. I was a bit distracted by a dragon or two.
Oh, I simply told you there was something in my throat and you all looked the other way, so. Went rather well for me.
Well,
Man, this would have been some useful shit to have when I was on the run for my end. God,
Oh, it really helps when you're on the run. That's...
Yeah, I mean,
Regardless.
disguise itself means you can go kind of anywhere, especially in places you're not particularly wanted. And I kind of like look off to one side.
Seems like we might all have some catching up to do at some point.
regardless, take whichever form you feel most comfortable with at the time. As long as it's not me or anyone I care about.
absolutely do Abberan at some point.
Apart from you, if at
I
any
look
point
Abberan up
I
and
do
down.
care about you, not like that, but as an attachment to this group.
I want you to show up in his room later tonight.
Mhm.
I really think it could be an honor, really, if you make it into my repertoire. But
Absolutely.
most who do tend not to be alive anymore because that would cause some rather uncomfortable run-ins.
Okay.
But you know, it's in some way an homage to some amazing people in my life who shaped my life, and thus I found that the best way to express myself was through them.
I know what you mean. I took my dead friend's name. It's kind of the same
There you
thing.
go.
Well, once I'm dead and buried, you have permission to
How very
pretend to be me
what-
for the sake
how
of the
very
group.
humble of you, of course, to assume.
I'm just not really looking at Matthias. I'm just like drawing like doodles on the table, my finger and chicken mug. I haven't looked at him since he started changing for a while. I'm just not really in the conversation.
I'm just gonna reach out and like pat Trym's hand.
Well, I believe I have some music to play. If there's nothing more to be said.
Hey, do you play the piccolo?
No, I don't play woodwind.
Oh, that's boring.
Well, we've never really discussed it, but
I'll choose to ignore that one.
we've never really discussed it. But I don't know if anyone else in the group actually is capable of playing an instrument. Anyone got any hidden talents?
I mean, I can play the piccolo.
Kind of play like an ocarina or panpipe, something sort of. Some sort of.
I'm very good at
Wow.
costume art.
Just a whole ensemble of woodwind. How wonderful.
It's very popular.
If-
It's a Thermogard thing.
It's a-
very
yes,
popular in
A
Thermogard.
very popular instrument in thermal.
Yeah.
If any of you would be interested in perhaps learning an instrument, it would be my pleasure, my honor, if not my duty, to maybe try and pass on some of my knowledge.
Could you teach me how to play the violin?
I know how to play the viol, or at least Larethnon does. It's similar to the violin. It's a little more primitive, I'll produce a vial from my haversack. It's basically a vial and it's just old.
It's just like a slightly different shape.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd asked to learn the drums, but that was generally for those who didn't partake in fighting, where I'm from.
But playing the drum is like a fight in itself. You beat the skin of the drum. In some ways, it can be catharsis.
Yeah, but can I end it quickly with inflict wounds?
I mean, yeah, that would destroy
Break
like a
the
lot
skin.
of stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you can't play the shit anymore. What the fuck would you do? Now you have to buy a new drum.
Regardless,
And then you
let's,
just
I
find
only
out
have the
you
one
to
drum,
buy a new
so-
one.
while you're playing, do you want us to order you some food?
I'll eat first. Actually, I think they.
Okay.
I'm sure that'll be fine.
I'm sure you're okay playing on a full stomach.
Oh, this stomach is never full, my friend.
I suppose you're eating for 5.
Oh boy.
That's what I tell them.
I'm gonna get some
So
food.
Food
you order some food, and within the next 15 minutes, a nice spread of different meats and vegetables and anything you could really wish for when you order food in an establishment like this. And you spend your time in the tavern. Matthias forms a little show, and unless he really wants to go through it all, that provides you with being able to drink and eat for free.
Heck
Woo.
yeah.
Bedding is provided to you as well. And you all go to sleep for the night. And that's gonna be where we end it for
Do we
today.
actually get sleep for the night, or
Find out next week.
Yeah. Should drink some mushroom tea.
it's me, your boy, 2 points of exhaustion, back at it again.
All right.
I know you're me.
That was good.
Smoking more of it. Let's go
Fun,
for it.
fun, fun.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Dutch. I'm fucking...
We're all gonna die.
All right. Thanks for
Yeah, we did it.
hanging, everybody. This was fun. This was fun.
I like
This
this.
was fun.
Got to know
This was
Gen
good.
a little. I can finally change your name on the thing to Gen and not Matthias anymore.
Yeah.
Because now everyone knows what your actual real name is.
And we're still gonna call you
Imagine-
Follow
Matthias.
Matthias.
Imagine if you had to change his name every time you changed forms.
Yeah,
Right.
fuck
Oh.
that.
What a
Fuck that.
Dutch
Matt
did
Mercer
this.
would do it.
No, he wouldn't.
No,
Matt
he
Mercer,
wouldn't tell you
Matt
to get
Mercer
I
has a
wouldn't.
Matt Mercer has a crew that's in charge of
I
the
was gonna
stream.
say the
It's
tech
behind the
team.
scenes. The tech team will
Yeah,
do
you're
that.
right. You're right.
What we're saying is that after we
Duke
uninvited
really
him,
hit Dutch
send
with
him-
the Matt Mercer would do it, huh?
Yeah, you really did. You really did,
Just
huh?
ask Naddy to come round.
Man,
and, like,
the
sit
gang
on the
really-
other side
okay.
of the room.
That was a fucking roller coaster of a session.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was so weird.
The gang really did
So
do
good.
That
The
was
gang
one of
really
our
did
weirdest nothing happened technically sessions. But a lot of shit
I mean,
happened.
that's some good role play though. You know, Abberan
Yeah, it was funny.
got confronted with some stuff from his past. You guys got to know your new associate a little better. Narank
was
almost
good.
died doing drugs.
That was the best
Nakul
part.
almost jumped off the ship doing drugs.
Again,
Cool, went
intends
to another
to...
fucking dimension, bro. What the hell happened?
And at least now we finally know there's
Ah.
no more tiptoeing around. We finally know Gen's
And,
identity slash
Yeah,
secret,
yeah, it's
So that's
yeah.
out now.
Oh, I can't wait to take more drugs, guys.
This was
I
I had
like-
fun this week. I had fun just
Oh,
watching
yeah,
you
so
all.
much fun.
Like,
I felt
really-
make tea out of a mushroom.
All I did this week was just sit here and watch you guys interact with each other, and that's
I'd
fucking
also
great.
fucking laugh your ass off.
Yeah.
Wait, are we role players role playing? What is this shit?
I mean, no, but you say that, but there are sessions where I really have to like drag you along because you just kind
Illegal.
of
That's the first I've heard of it.
like sitting there and essentially guys. And today
That
was
fucking got
today
me
wasn't
so
that. Want to thank CK for the follow and the sub. Koiba, thanks for the sub.
Thanks.
Angie, thanks for the follow. Panda for the raid. Yusuf for the follow. And Dalton for the host, right there at the tail end of the session there. Appreciate you, Dalton. This will
If
be up
anyone-
on YouTube at some point next week, and we'll be back here next Sunday. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate ya. If you're new around here and you haven't yet, hit that follow button. and all that good stuff. Follow everyone here because they all stream and they're all fucking lit.
Shit, I'm so
Occasionally.
sorry that I
Well-
totally had. It only came to me now. There's one more thing I wanted to say during the announcements bit that
Nice.
I totally forgot. Can I do that now?
Yeah, sure.
No.
Tomorrow night, I know for a lot of you who are European peeps, it's probably not going to be possible, but tomorrow evening at my time, Eastern Standard Time, my stream team and I are doing a Just Dance charity stream.
Oh,
So if you
God.
want to be able to force us to dance to silly songs and watch us struggle and make complete fools of ourselves, that'll be happening tomorrow night. I'll put the links to it on my social media and stuff. It will probably be starting in like evening UK, like 10, 11-ish UK European time, and then be going to the wee hours of the morning. My time starting around like 5, 6 p.m. Eastern
So-
Standard Time.
When we're all awake, because we all have fucked sleeping patterns.
I
mean,
just
you
realized-
say that, but I will be asleep. I'm so tired this week. I'm knackered.
I'm so tired.
Spreadsheets, I mean, they just drain you, right?
You know
True.
how in
I work in retail, dickhead.
Oh, okay. So in Critical Role, I just started watching. Obviously, I tuned in to one of the live ones and saw that things had changed. If someone
Yeah.
watches like when I first joined the session to now, they're probably gonna think like my character died or something because I've gone from Matthias to Gen.
Yeah.
But if anyone watches this, rest assured, they're the same person.
They
Or
are.
are they?
Find out next week. All right.
I'm
Thanks for
Dragon Ball
watching,
Z.
guys. We're gonna host up Bryce 6 Aiming, Bree's gaming story,
Bryce,
as she's playing The Sims. We don't get to host her too often, so we're
Playing
gonna
what?
The Sims.
Oh, okay.
The
I thought she'd be
Sims.
playing Planet Zoo. She's been super into that.
Planet Zoo.
Fucking appreciate y'all as always. I'll be live tomorrow with The Outer Worlds. It's gonna be a good time.
Heck yeah, bro.
And see y'all
Bye.
next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Hey, y'all, just came to say bye.